Hey everybody, welcome back to Tabletop Notch. Excited to be back. We've all shaken off the effects of last
absolutely
episode.
have not shaken it off.
Well, you have the amount of time that the intro takes to shake it off.
Get it together.
Noted.
Does anybody have any thoughts, shoutouts, notes, anything you want to say?
Shades of Blue, I didn't realize when our friend here rolled 2 natural ones last week. He did
In a row.
Shades of Blue donated 1,000 bits, and that was awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. I missed it because I was
And
literally
brilliantly
falling
timed.
apart as a person. So thank you very much. That was very
We needed the
kind.
emotional support.
There's no support that could help that.
All right. We're feeling good. We're going to jump into the intro, and then
Yeah.
we'll dive in.
Yeah.
Dive
Here
in,
we go.
baby.
Ho,
Let's
roll
go.
a move.
Boop.
All right, we're back. In chapter 32, Swinging a Misfortune.
That's awful.
The party passed through the strange cabinet portal to find themselves at the foot of Josco's wondrous miniature castle. We immediately knew that this wasn't going to be your typical royal visitation when canned voices and wooden cutouts greeted us at the gates. Following trails of dried blood and broken objects, courtesy of our mutant friend, we passed through the gatehouse and into the bailey, where an elaborate scene of a marketplace had been assembled, with more prop citizens and repeating lines of dialogue. While Erland continued to trace the path of destruction in hopes of finding where Josco may have fled to, Beezaura, Orba, and Graven wandered into a fairground, where a mechanical joust had been arranged to crown a new champion of the castle. It took a few more attempts than we'd like to admit, but Beezaura emerged victorious, and we were rewarded with a passphrase that supposedly would grant us entry into the keep. Before we explored that route, however, Graven encouraged us to reconnect with Erland and Safira, who had identified a broken facade at the base of the keep leading to a secret passageway underneath. Convinced that time was not on their side, the two half-elves pressed forward with their investigation and followed the hallway to a hatch that deposited them into a labyrinthine library. Sounds of an intruder could be heard echoing throughout the room, but despite the danger it presented, there was a possibility it would lead us to Josco, so we carefully pursued the source of the noise. Graven's desired reunion with the entire party proved more difficult to coordinate than he hoped, and soon it was all of us weaving through the bookshelves trying to get our bearings. After accidentally drawing the creature's attention, we made a run for it in the opposite direction and discovered a door leading to a stone antechamber. Barring the door so we could not be tracked, we deducted that the room contained a kind of puzzle, a delicate glass orb that needed to be placed on pedestals according to a pattern of colors. The trick was that the castle's guards, a veritable army of wooden cutouts, would try to smack the orb out of our hands. After one cracked orb, we quickly got a handle on how to approach the situation, and we carefully waited for the perfect moment for Graven to lift Erland onto one of the pedestals and complete the final sequence of the pattern.
Yeah.
Erland ran,
Yeah, I did.
Erland jumped, Graven braced, then Erland stumbled. Graven could not steady him. Erland fell, and Erland tried to corral the orb, but he could not, and the orb shattered against the ground. With no more orbs remaining, and no conceivable way forward, we were left to wonder. How were we going to get past the creature in the library, now that he'd been alerted to our presence? How would the group rebound from a tough loss in such a tense situation? And of all the possibilities of what might be behind the arcane-locked main door, it had to be better than this, right?
I think so.
We find out now on chapter 33 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. All eyes trace the outline of the thin shards of broken glass at the feet of Graven and Erland. There's a little damp circle that's begun to spread across the otherwise unblemished marble flooring. And the liquid seeps into the tracks that now have ceased their clicking and whirring. Stationary cutouts littering the chamber in varying states of destruction, bashed into pieces, torn out with fangs, and left to a smoldering pile of ash. And on a battlefield like this, one would expect those left standing to call themselves the victors, but there is no sense of triumph here. One set of doors remains staunchly sealed shut, and the other hides ominously behind the hefty altar that's been relocated to barricade and bar any attempt from an approach from the library. All of a sudden, the prospect of crossing the canyon seems not only to rest on finding Josco Tibbets in a stable condition, but on finding the strength within ourselves to overmatch or outwit the beast within the castle. The clamor of conflict had been masking the banging of the bookshelves toppling over in the next room, but now, all is quiet.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like we're not going through the other door.
We have to get out of here.
I say we chance it and go back the way we came. Try the door with my passcode.
I don't think we have another choice.
How are we going to get past the creature?
Carefully.
We don't know where it is exactly, so
Exactly.
when we run into it, we take care of it then.
So we're just going to open this door, walk to where we were.
Hope it's not waiting for us on the other side.
This creature we learned it doesn't like loud noises, wasn't that right?
It's sensitive to my thunder attack, but
We don't know it's the same one. Did you recognize it from...
all I know is that it was creating the same creatures that the one at the tackle shack who had that problem had. So,
Look,
Okay.
we should at least try to distract it. We should at least try to make it think that there's something, I don't know, somewhere else other than behind this door.
well, my other thought was if it's sensitive to the thunder damage, maybe that's because its hearing is exceptional. What if it is sensitive to any kind of sound? Meaning, anytime we try to sneak past it, it's going to be difficult.
We don't really know exactly where it is, or what it's heard, or what it's not heard. So we just have to chance it, I suppose.
Nobody has any other better ideas, any other game plans. Yes, we have to go through this door, but there's no other ideas other than let's just go.
Unless there's some way to create a noise farther than where we are, but we...
Unless there's some way to destroy this other door.
I have no such powers. We could try distracting it, but I've already tried that, and he still found me in the library.
Is it possible to burn the door down, or...
Probably not. We could certainly try, but Josco has been very efficient at preventing any kind of cheating in any of his games. We saw that at the fairgrounds.
And if I even try to use magic to create fire, I'll be left with nothing after that.
I say we just give it up to fate. I have no problem
We have to open this
twisting
door.
the knob.
Why don't you go out first and just make sure that the coast is clear? I'm in no shape to.
She can't see in the dark. What if it's...
Yes, you're right.
I'll go.
I mean, you don't have to go far, but
Okay.
somebody help
Do you
me
want
with
me to
this.
follow behind?
Yeah, if you could, actually, that would be great.
Someone
You
help
guys
me
heading
with
over to the
this.
altar?
Yeah, someone help me with this altar.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yeah. Are you trying to do it quietly?
Yes.
Give me whoever's pushing on it.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check, not a stealth check. We're gonna sort of evaluate your ability to move it quietly.
Okay. Athletics.
Yes.
It begins. 3.
14.
Okay.
6.
So you're not doing a bad job, but there is unfortunately some inevitable grinding of stone on stone, the sort of marble altar. It gives kind of a.
Can we kind of get
across.
like halfway of what we need and stop and listen?
Sure. You can.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a perception check if you're listening at the door.
Okay. 7.
7. It sounds very quiet, but you don't hear anything in particular. Yeah.
Okay.
And the door's thick. It might be hard to hear.
Well, while that whole thing's going on, Erland's just sort of still on one knee, like at the thing, sort of just breathing hard, and like staring at the shards and the liquid. He's gonna sort of like run his finger in through the groove, pick up the liquid, and just sort of, what do the shards look like? What does the liquid look like?
The shard did seem like a thin glass,
Okay.
although as you're looking down on it, it almost seems like it's disintegrating or melting, like the little pieces of glass very slowly seem to be sinking into the floor.
Oh, and does that seem to be a magical property of the glass or of the floor?
You're not sure.
Okay.
It's possibly, the floor has not given you any magical indication to this point, so
Okay.
possibly the glass, although you're not, certain of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the liquid it feels watery. There's no indication that it has like it's a special liquid, but you don't.
There's no like tingle, there's no sensation
No,
to it.
if you
as
touch
the
it, there's no
consistency of water.
particular sensation.
Okay, Erland's still just sort of gonna be there, breathing hard and staring at the mess.
Thanks for your help.
I guess have we moved it already?
So
or?
it's been moved
Push-
halfway.
yeah,
Okay.
If
And listening at
hear
the door.
nothing, push it the next.
You do, and again, it's
Trying to be.
sort of slow it on the ground. It's not loud, but it makes some noise. There's, it's a little inevitable. You get it all the way past.
I still have a shard of glass that we could use to look around corners if need be.
Me too, actually. Good idea. Get your chalk out too. Let's emphasize that we do not split up under
No.
any circumstances.
Understood.
Now, if the bookcases are... Does anybody remember the general idea of the direction of the hatch that we came up through?
How long were you marking the
We're
bookshelves?
Well, if the,
I marked every corner that we turned. So
the thing was pushing over bookcases, if our marks were on bookcases that got pushed over,
Yes,
we could
obviously.
quickly become lost.
Is that, given that Erland probably did the most movement, is that something that even if bookcases were knocked over, I could conceivably at least like know
Depends on the state of the
like
room.
know the direction within from which the trapdoor came
In
from?
general, sure.
Cool.
But it
All
depends on the state of the room. It would,
At that question, Erland will stand up, and I think I could probably find my way back there.
Alright, well, if you two lead with your dark vision, and we'll be close behind, and everyone keep your ears open.
All right.
Okay.
I'll give the shard to...
So I'll take the shard of glass. I'm gonna kind of crack the door and take a look out first before I step out.
give me a stealth check as you open.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, natural 20.
Yay!
Push the door open, and the door, you know, this castle is fairly well constructed. It doesn't seem like an old rickety door. You kind of hold it and move it, and it's pretty silent as you move it open. And you peer back into the library. Although at this point, it appears more akin to a junkyard. With only a handful of shelving units still standing upright, your sight lines have opened up considerably. You can see, like, all the way to the other ends of the room. It's no longer blocking your vision. Bookcases lie flat or low, kind of at angles, kind of piled up one against each other, creating a kind of like raised, uneven terrain that you could walk across the interior. And with your vision unobscured, there's a couple things that you notice right away. In each of the four corners of the room, hanging off of a small iron hook, there's a bell with a length of rope attached underneath that you could ring the bell. And on the far side of the room, opposite from where you currently are, there's a doorway with four bell-shaped symbols carved above the frame.
Come on, man. Isn't that a puzzle?
The door, however, is open. If this was another challenge or puzzle of some kind, it appears to have already been solved, or if not solved, circumvented in some way. And on the right side, you catch a glimpse of what might have been occupying the creature's attention when you and Erland first got here, when you heard the banging. It seems like it's quite in that direction that you heard the banging from. It has the right kind of distance and direction given the quality and volume of the sound. There's a large display case framed with solid wood, but there's these thick glass panels allowing you to see inside. It's hard to see what's in it at the moment, but you can see that there's these thick glass panels, and something has obviously attempted to access the cases. There's a number of sort of webbed cracks that it looks like something tried to smash its way into the case and was unable to do so. So there's a number of these like dents and sort of cracks in the glass. That's what you're seeing at the moment.
Okay, so not seeing any signs of sort of movement, I'm gonna step out of the door and kind of start slowly moving into the room, and I do want to try to approach the display case.
Okay.
I think I was right behind. You
Well,
said
yeah,
to go.
we're-
I was right behind her. Yeah.
How dark is it in here?
It
Yeah.
is.
so
The
we
light
can-
has gone
We
out.
cannot see
Okay,
any.
Yes, without a source of light, it is there is light emanating from the room you were just in. It had some lanterns in it, so there's light like pouring from behind you a little bit in, but in the room it is dark.
Okay. Safira, do you see do either of you see anything? The beast, anyone?
You do not see any movement at the moment?
I would say, hold on just a moment. Let us step into the room.
Okay. Let me know as soon as I can produce some light, because I can't see
We just
anything.
obviously don't want to produce any light if the creature is near.
Okay.
So to get over towards the display case, you'd be walking over upturned bookcases. You're sort of walking across the kind of uneven boardwalk kind of look to it as they're all kind of piled up on top of each other.
And we need to stay together.
Why don't you
Jean.
take my hands and I'll go.
Okay.
I'll let them lead.
Okay.
Okay. And Orba grabs their hands and
You're guiding both of them?
Yeah.
Sure.
high steps because there's gonna be some uneven terrain up ahead. So
Great.
How subtle can my light cantrip? Can I light something
I think
like
you can-
super low?
With the
Little
description of it,
lights.
I think you can affect how bright it is, can you?
Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius. Ooh! Oh, no. Yeah.
I think there's some where
bright
you
light for
pick
20-foot
the-
radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. Can be colored as I like.
I mean, 20 feet is not... This room is significantly larger than 20
Yeah.
feet.
It would be like a beacon, right?
Yes. I mean, yes, something in the darkest would very clearly be able to see where the light across the room. But
All right, just
Your call.
let me know if there's that I can create some light. I'd like to be able to see.
Of course.
all right.
Come on.
Give me some stealth checks, everybody. As you're walking across the upturned
Go
bookcases.
team.
Fine.
You, please.
Why do I keep rolling? I got a 4. Why do I keep doing
Well, it was better than what it was originally going to land on to flip.
5. 13.
16.
Thank God.
Sturdy 7.
So you start to lead them across, and Erland and Safira are kind of, able to see the changes in elevation and levels, sort of quietly moving, and you can hear your footsteps making kind of like, boom, they make like hollow noises with the sort of bookcases that have now sort of fallen apart, or the books have fallen out of them. But as Orba's kind of leading them over, because they can't see, there's a lot of, boots kind of kicking against the edges, so you hear kind of a as it kind of, you guys are walking across it. For now, you don't hear anything, but it's producing a little bit of noise. There's no
How
way
close
around
are
it.
we?
You're making your way over to the display case. Is that what you were making right now?
Graven's making some uncomfortable grunts.
I'm like jumping over the cake because he's so tall. That, like,
Well, one of Orba's got like one
Yeah.
hand on Graven. Sorry. So you approach the display
I
case,
should have carried you.
that would have been better.
and you see behind the glass a row of 5 more wooden cutouts. And each of them wearing a slightly different outfit, usually a robe, sort of varying shades of yellow. And in the hand of each figure, of each of these cutouts, is a small sign. It's like a rod, and then like you'd hold up like a sign. And each sign has a series of numerals printed on it. The one on the far left says 000355.
Can't see this, can I?
You cannot.
Oh.
Far left 00035.
The next one says, the next cutout, so it's one of them's holding that one,
Okay.
and then there's another one. You're from left to right, so the next one over
Yeah.
says 000503.
Okay.
And the next one says 000646. And the next one says 000657.
Okay.
And the next one says 000812. And all of the cutouts are the same half-orc, with the same thin facial hair and the same lopsided lower teeth, except for the cutout second to last, the one that was marked 000657, the one second to the right. And this one is a dwarven man, handsome, with a long braided white beard. And the hair on his head is pushed back, it's kind of cascading down his shoulders. And his mouth is tight, almost like he's biting on his lower lip. And he's holding his right wrist in his left hand, kind of in front of his body, which allows the sleeves of his robe to kind of sink down to his elbows, revealing heavily tattooed forearms. And Orba and Erland recognize this dwarf.
Oh no.
This is Rugeni Grimari himself. A cutout, painted portrait of Rugeni Grimari.
So what's
I feel like Graven feels Orba's hand tighten. What is it?
what are his hands doing?
He's
Sorry.
just like holding his hands together,
Okay.
like he's kind of holding them against his chest, because he's got a sign in one of his hands. So he's
Okay.
got the sign that has his numbers on it.
Is it a dissimilar pose from the Joscos?
They all kind of have casual, but one of the Joscos is like holding it like this. There's another one that has its arms crossed. I mean, they're all sort of casual, general poses.
Does it look like a? I think only I would know this. Does it look like a version? Does it look like what age of Grimari is it? Like when I knew him, or
He
older?
looks older than when you knew him.
Okay.
You would be aware of this. Dwarves live for a very long time.
Yeah.
So 10 years for a dwarf is significantly less aging than 10 years for a human.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, he does look older than when you last knew him, but not dramatically so.
So I want to get very close to this place.
You can. I mean, there's still glass.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
blocking you.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna sort of move past, and I'm gonna look. I'm gonna sort of.
Gets up right in
I'm gonna
his
move. Like,
face.
literally, I'm gonna move Safira out of the way
You're
and sort
in
of go
there,
up to
I
it.
know it.
Is
He
there
wasn't.
anything else in the
Open
case
eyes.
other than the figurines?
Not that you can tell. They're holding the signs with the numbers. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Why have we stopped?
We're looking at something.
What is it?
They're cardboard cutouts of
Of
Josco and one dwarf, and they have numbers on them. I'll relay the numbers to them in the order that they're there.
Does this mean anything to anyone?
A dwarf, like Wingami? It doesn't look like Wingami, does it?
No, it's some sort of old dwarven man. He's holding the one second from the right.
Orba is very much
Do
staring
any of you
at
recognize the numbers?
No, I don't understand what they could be. 6 digits, all starting with 00. I don't know what kind of code that could be.
You look a little closer also. The 6 digits, they kind of seem to be in pairs of 2.
I was gonna
wrote
say.
them down!
I was gonna say
So
they
it's like-
definitely.
I'm so
It's
good
like
at
2 with a little gap, 2, little gap, 2.
Would these kind of clusters of numbers mean anything like arcane-wise to me?
No.
Okay.
And this display case is near-ish one of the corners. I'm sorry.
No, it's kind of between 2 corners. It's on the far kind of back.
So we
wall.
can't. Even with dark vision, we wouldn't be able to see the bells.
You can
Like,
see.
but we wouldn't be able to see like detail. Like, we can't
no,
see if there's
you have to
numbers
walk
on the
up to them.
bells.
No, you cannot see what's on them.
Yes, it could either be codes referring to whatever this room's puzzle was, or a future room.
Well, is there a way out of here?
The door, yes. The opposite of where we came from, there's an open door. It seems like that is where our...
And presumably the hatch, although it seems like a lot of the bookcases have fallen, so you did not see where the hatch
My
is.
best guess is that Josco came in here, either overrode the puzzle of some sort, or solved the puzzle, escaped through that door, and now this beast, after having knocked over all these bookcases, has probably proceeded through that door as
Or the
well.
beast
Why are you so
solved the
certain that
puzzle.
Josco came this way?
I do not believe that beast, in the way that he was trying to solve this maze, could solve any sort of elaborate puzzle like this.
Just because he's pushing down bookshelves doesn't mean he's unintelligent. It means he was just trying to cheat, like we've been trying to cheat.
You want to keep following it rather than go through the front, which we can now.
But the problem is, what if the front just leads to, like, another room that we've already been through?
Why
we
would-
don't know where the front takes us.
Why would Josco enter through the front door if he was being chased by a beast?
Because it needs a passcode.
Right, so he opens the pass. How does this work?
Would I know
Speaks a
how
passcode.
this particular lock spell would be? If he speaks the passcode and shuts the door, does it immediately just lock again?
You would not
I would not
necessarily
know
know that. It can be different.
Okay.
Explain to me exactly what's on the outside of this castle.
A door with cutouts saying that only the royal family or the champion. She has been crowned the champion. She was given the password. We could go walk through the front door.
What sort of mechanism unlocks it?
Magic.
The passcode.
Magic. It's an arcane lock, Erland, so we
There's
only...
a blue light that's shining and we cannot open the door.
Alright, so let's say Josco's being chased by this beast, yes?
Yes.
He speaks the passcode, opens the door, the beast goes in after him. It is conceivable that yes, he went through the front door, but it seems much more likely that he tried to circumvent it by trapping the beast in a maze of some sort. Does that not seem more likely?
So if
Then
you did it this
entrance-
way, then if we go through the front door, then it won't be there.
That's exactly my
But
point.
neither will Josco.
I believe
We
Josco
want to follow
was
this thing.
intentionally trying to lose the beast before entering the castle, and what better way to lose a beast than a maze?
All right.
I mean, I guess
that
it's some...
he's been successful and then we're trapped in a maze with a beast.
Well, there's no more maze.
Well, it could be that there is. We don't know what's through this door.
That's true, but you were the one who said moments ago.
No, I think time is of the essence, and I think that
Yes.
we should go through the door. Whether or not we're trapped in a
At
maze
this
with
point,
a
who cares if we agree or
beast.
not? We need to move forward. We need to make a decision.
Please let me know if I can make some light.
So the display case is near the open door?
Sort of. I mean, ish.
Can I... One second. Can I go peek into that open door and just see if there's
Yeah.
any immediate person so that
Right
we
there.
can produce some light?
Oh, the bell door.
Yeah,
The one with the
well,
bells over
yes.
it. Yes.
I'm I'm gonna hold the molding and do
You can
this.
peek over to it. You make your way over to that side of the room.
Yeah.
Door with the bell shape. So
No, I dropped it.
No, my hand.
It's
Yeah,
being
drop-
Graven.
Graven's just in the dark.
Me and
Great.
Graven are
I'm
like,
just going to clear the room so that you can produce light, okay? This is for your own good.
So you get close to the opening, and it seems to be that there's a light breeze coming in through that doorway from the next area. And peering through it, looks like it has a short hallway, and then a bare-walled little enclosure, little space, with an impressive spiral staircase in the middle that's leading up.
Okay.
And immediately you can spot a couple portions of the banister that look to be scratched or marred, deep grooves interrupting the sort of color of the railing.
Okay.
And tiny wood shavings that are kind of sprinkled about the floor in a way that makes it seem like, it was damaged in some way. And in addition to that, the shavings are kind of like scattering, like it seems like the breeze is coming down from up above, the breeze that you're feeling.
Oh, okay. Got it. How high is the staircase going, as far as I can see, or?
Yeah, it's like up a floor. It's like 15 feet. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can
12.
see where it is going.
Yeah, you can see.
And is there a door or like a hallway? What is at the peak of the staircase?
At the top?
Yeah.
You cannot see that.
So it like spirals into the floor or something?
Yeah, like spirals up into the ceiling.
Okay, cool. Got it.
The floor ceiling.
All right, so I'm gonna scurry back and be like, I think it's safe to produce light. Go ahead and take in the room for a second. When I peeked around, and I'll
What are you lighting?
My mace.
Okay.
I'll just relay everything that I saw. So it appears that
breeze.
what I'm thinking is your front door passcode is somewhere behind us. It's possible that
is
we
a
don't
shortcut.
need to. Yes, that we took a shortcut because this is leading to a staircase going upward, and I think Plant Man is ahead of us in this puzzle.
Right.
It's just one puzzle room after another, and he's leading us right now. So we need to go
All right.
Okay.
and hope that
MacLeod.
Josco is somewhere near the end.
Produces a nice bright glow for a little bit and then dull after that.
I can see all.
You can see the general arrangement of the room. Yeah, there's bookcases knocked over. You take a peek around and you don't see the hatch right away. It does seem like you have a general idea that it's somewhere in the middle of the room, but you can't see it right now from where you are.
How far away from one of the bells am I?
Not fair. 30 feet, 40.
Could I sort of sneak over? Not sneak. Like they're gonna see me, but like just quietly move over to one of the bells.
Yes, you can.
And I just want to investigate see what it looks like.
There's nothing remarkable about it. It seems to be has a sort of a yellowish sheen to it. There's a little rope attached in the middle that you could grab it and ring it, and it has like a little iron hook that's holding the bell.
Okay, no evidence of scratch marks or blood or anything like that. Okay, cool. And also, am I standing on a bookcase right now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna want to go over to one of the moving back towards them, having looked at that. I want to go down and take a look at both the books and the bookcases to see if the books have any sort of I don't even know what you'd call it, like a code on them, like some sort of
Like something written on the
like a
spine
Dewey
of the book.
Decimal?
like a Dewey Decimal, exactly, like a Dewey Decimal sort of code, or if the bookcases have some sort of like aisle markings on them in any way.
You do not see anything to that effect. The spines of the fake books appear to be blank, and you
Okay.
do not see anything on the bookcases either, as far as you can tell.
Okay. So I'm moving back over to the group then.
I'm going to, in case we need to make some kind of a hasty exit the way we came eventually, I'm going to light a piece of one of these fake book things and try to find the hatch and keep it lit. It'll last an hour.
Okay.
And if we're in here and we need to get
So
out,
we know how to get out.
so if we need to, we could possibly
That's
get
a
out.
good idea.
I'm going to go towards where I think the hatch might be. I won't be long.
Okay.
So you're taking a look around. Make an investigation check.
10.
10. So you have a decent idea of what it is. And at one point, given the light, it was difficult. It would be difficult in the dark. But you do spot a couple of the chalk markings, at least on a couple of the bookcases. And you kind of see one, follow it for a little bit, and you're kind of generally in the center of the room, a little off to the left a little bit. And you do feel like, looking at the things around you, that it's somewhere around here. It might be covered up by something right now, but it's somewhere in the area. You could start pushing things to try and uncover it, but...
Orba's still just staring at Erland in a very grumpy way.
It would take a few minutes to actually get to the hatch where I could access it.
Yeah, you'd have to clear a little bit, but,
All right.
it's doable.
I'm
The
just
bookcases are not, like you've seen them get pushed over.
Yeah.
They're not so heavy you can't move them.
I'm just gonna, my best guess as to where it is, I'm just gonna touch one of the series of books and light it up.
You're touching. Is this telling me exactly what you're doing?
So
You're casting light.
on like one of the
fake
toppled over
chunks of books.
fake chunks of books,
Sure.
so that it just creates a glow.
Sure,
out
yeah,
from
and it
from
does.
that spot, and go back to the group. Sure.
You could have multiple light sources at once, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nope.
so you just lost your light source.
But it's a cantrip, so you can light the other thing back up
if we
if you
need to,
want.
I can do it again
The
later.
light just
Okay.
keeps shooting from one thing to the next
Yeah.
thing.
All right. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so is the game plan that we're going to go up the staircase and then what if we run into this creature again? What do we do?
Run past it.
Oh, right.
That's it. We just
Run
you're right.
past
Why
it.
didn't I think of that? Why don't we
The
just
reason
run
that
right
we're
past
in
it?
here is to get Josco.
Killing
Can't
the
just run back out.
killing the creature is not the priority. Finding Josco is. If we can avoid combat at
That's what I
all
mean.
possible.
I agree,
If we
but
run
I
into
just
it, we
am
deal with the
doubting
situation as it comes.
I doubt it's gonna let us run past it, but sure, we can try.
Want to have some ensnaring arrows?
Yes.
You have two.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I say we just
let us
move
go.
forward.
Time is of the essence here.
We've been standing here for quite a while.
Take my
Alright.
hand, please.
Yes,
Oh.
me too.
Is there not enough light now with the
Yeah,
bookshelf
well-
lit?
Well, it's back in the other
Okay.
part of the
As soon as you start to enter the hallway, it would be very dark
Okay.
again. So
Come along, friends. I'll take their hands.
So are Erland and Safira leading again, or?
you guys are approaching this sort of spiral staircase here. And as you sort of approach it, it seems like the wind, the sort of breeze picks up a little bit. And you can see kind of scattering of sort of pieces of wood.
Does that
Just a little bit.
so? Does that seem? Because I remember when we were outside the castle, it seemed sort of fake. Like, was there a breeze when we were
that's
walking
true.
around? Or does this seem like perhaps a different location? Like, was a breeze present when we
There
were
was
outside?
not a breeze
Yeah.
out in the exterior.
Okay,
Good
cool.
point.
Cool.
Okay.
But there does seem like a
Yeah.
real breeze here right now.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah.
There's
Orba
a
looks a
hole in
little
our fake
perplexed.
roof.
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay.
Let's go.
Getting to the foot of the staircase? What do you
Yeah, I want to start trying to move up the staircase. I want to have a bow in my longbow out and ready,
do? Okay.
just in case.
Weapon drawn?
Yes.
Sure.
Weapon
And
drawn.
I'm holding Orba's hand, but one hand is like on my flail, just in case.
I have not drawn. I want to make sure that my priority is stealth, not readiness in this particular moment.
Give me some stealth checks going up the stairs.
Don't drop that
All of us?
flail.
Yeah.
No,
Because my
Don't drop
priority
my-
is
I'm
stealth.
not gonna drop my flail. God
I rolled
forbid if I drop my
well.
flail.
15.
Nat 20.
11.
It's not used because you can do that.
17.
All
Double
right.
digits across the board.
I'm so stealthy.
Proud of us.
You start to ascend the stairs, and as you do so, the steps seem to produce tones. As you step on them, they're sort of steps as you're sort of moving along them. And as you step up a couple more, the breeze starts to get a little stronger. And it kind of whips by you a little bit, sort of cold on your ears, your neck, and your face. And you keep ascending a little bit further, a little bit further. Make perception checks, Safira, and is Erland the other one in front?
Yeah,
Go ahead and make perception.
Can I say something as they're doing
Yeah,
it?
as I'm doing it.
Friends, that noise. Could it be, if it is one of those wood-made creatures, could the stairs be the creature?
No.
Like,
No, I
it's
think
making
this
the
is-
noises as we go up.
No, I believe
Its body.
this is more.
I can tell you
I don't
now,
know.
at least the ones that you fought, these noises do not seem similar. to
Okay,
those
I was gonna say, like, if it could transform its body, like.
I mean,
into
they can
something, yeah.
warp
It's
into
like
shapes,
we're
but it
walking
doesn't
on
sound
I don't
like
know.
that.
No, I believe this is just more Josco tomfoolery happening.
Puzzles.
Is it like descending tones, like a musical scale?
It seems like it's gone high to low as you're going.
And there's a
High
lot
to
of steps,
low.
right?
It spirals around
Yeah.
at least 4 times. Yeah.
Okay.
Perception check.
15.
15.
Oh.
So as you guys are getting up, and the tones they're not loud, but it's sort of you can definitely hear them as it's as people are ascending. And you hear coming from up above a little bit of crashing and smashing. Jesus Christ. Something seems like it tumbles
Okay.
across
Is there a railing?
to the staircase.
Yeah.
There
Is
is.
it
Oh, yeah.
is it possible for Erland to hop up on the railing and start shimmying around the staircase so he's not making tones.
Give me an acrobatics check.
I like that.
What are we supposed to
21.
Yeah, I mean, the banister is pretty thick. You sort of get on it, sort of like between your legs, and you're like shimmying up. Is that what you're
works?
doing?
Well, that works too. I was
What
going
were
to
you
say, if it
thinking?
was,
I wish I could see this.
Is the railings, the banisters on the inside, not the outside
No,
of
it's
the
on the
wall?
outside. Yeah,
Great.
of the staircase.
So then, I think it's like standing on it and using the wall as a support. So I'm kind of like walking along the banister. Is that possible? Or
It's
is
in
it
the middle of this chamber, so you can't touch the wall and.
Oh, okay. In that
Same
case,
time.
then let's sort of like
The caterpillar.
fireman pull.
Sure.
Up the, maybe I'll say like,
Yeah.
let me at least see what's at the top of the stairs so we don't alert it to anything. There's crashing.
You'll tell us everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the alarm word.
Yes, if you hear a tone, maybe come running as well. As in,
Just a tone.
if you hear me fall on the stairs.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out. Go ahead.
I'll be listening.
This is. I'm also telling you right now. Is if you get any further up, you won't be able to converse without someone potentially hearing you in the next room. You're getting to that point.
Yeah,
where, yes,
okay.
A conversation could possibly be heard.
I trust you'll know when to run.
Oh.
Erland, if it's safe, maybe just drop like a light pebble or something down the staircase that we can listen for or something so that we... Just some kind of signal.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Or a piece of chalk.
Whatever you can find.
So you're like
shimmying up,
scooting
yeah.
your way up, and you're going kind of around in the circle. You get up to the top. And there's an opening. It looks like there's another door, but it's open. There was a sort of door at the top of the staircase, but it's open. Not like a horizontal, like you got all the way to the top. There was a door, but it's open, yes. And there's another very, very large room. Though the pristine nature of some of the rooms that you've seen is a distant memory, you gaze upon what looks like it might have been like a lounge or entertainment room, but now it has that junkyard feel to it. It looks like a tornado could have passed through. The torn, broken chairs, shelves, chaises, cracked tables, vases, pitchers, braziers that have been upturned, baskets and bowls. There's these tapestries that have been torn, these rugs, tablecloths, all in disarray, kind of ripped apart. And most of it floating or half sunken into a pool of a sort of murky liquid whose opacity makes it difficult to determine the depth. It looks like, based on a sort of little border near the center, not in the center of the room, near the edge of the room, that has all these broken bits of glass on the edge. It looks like that the floor was once made up of a solid sheet of glass, and underneath was a tank of water. So it had this kind of luxurious quality or feeling of like an aquarium beneath your feet as you lounged in this room. But it has been broken, and all of the sort of chairs and entertainment pieces, all of the furniture is all kind of half sunken now into this pit of water. So there's like some light bobbing of some of the wooden things that are floating in the water. And that's what you see.
But there is a border around the room?
You cannot walk around the entire without stepping in the water. There's like a strip, there's a landing area, like where you are at the foot of it, and then it's a giant pool of water.
And I don't see the creature in the room? Or
I
don't see the...
Give me a perception check at the top here. 6.
Doesn't mean it's not there.
You sort of peek and you're looking around, and there's a lot of like light movement of things kind of bobbing in the water, and you could have sworn at one point one of the chairs kind of dips.
Has the banging and crashing stopped?
It has. You do not hear that right now.
And I'm sorry, there's a door on the other side of the room, you said?
There is a door.
Okay.
And it's closed.
Hmm?
The door's
It
closed.
is closed.
Okay. Oh God.
It's like,
Is there a place for Erland to get off the railing and not step on one of the tone-making stairs?
Yeah, you're at the top now. You've shimmied all the way to the top. You can step off without stepping on one of the stairs. Yeah.
Okay.
The
So
banister goes all the way up.
I'm going to do that.
Sure, you do so.
And does that give me a vantage point to now look in the water? Or is it too murky to see?
It's murky, and in addition to that, dark vision does not give you... It's dark in here, and dark vision does not give you any color perception. So it looks... It's like grayish. You cannot see into the water.
Okay.
Can I see the door? Can I see if the door has scratches on it or anything like that?
The far door, it's too. It looks like it's a small set of double doors, but other than that, you can't determine anything about it from here. It's a good distance away.
Okay. Erland's going to. I mean, he's gonna get back on the railing and like slide down quietly.
You do so.
And like when I get to
I
them,
can
to
just see
sort
him
of
being
like
very impressed with himself.
as I get to him, to sort of like
Yeah.
tighten up my grip, so I stop next to them.
Graven and Beezaura can't see this, but you guys watch
Yeah.
Erland slowly like
Show up.
sink around.
And I'm gonna relay the description of the room.
He's here.
Yeah, I'll relay the description of the room and sort of say, the door's still closed, and I could have sworn I saw something moving in the water, but I don't know where it is, how we get past it,
Well,
if
we've
it's
caught up with him, I suppose.
We're gonna fight
How
this
deep
thing,
does
we
it
can't do it in
It's impossible to
water.
tell, it's too dark.
Well, it's also quite possible that if this thing is underwater, its hearing is impaired, so why don't we try to rise up to this floor while we can?
Quickly,
I
yes.
agree.
How much water can you freeze at once? Do you have the power to...
I cannot freeze water, unfortunately.
Alright, let's go.
What are we doing exactly?
We're going up.
Yeah,
Just
we're
ascending the
just going
stairs.
up.
Quick, I
Yeah.
would say
Quickly and quietly.
quickly. Well, we can't be quiet, but like
With the
steps. Great. So are you all on the steps? You're not.
if everyone's making
Right.
noise, there's no
Yeah,
point
yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Great. So there's sort of like a doom 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 as the tones kind of you go up the stairs, and after a few steps of some additional tones, shook, the steps turn into a slant,
No.
and you give me dexterity saving throws.
Josco!
You two have to do it with disadvantage. 'cause you can't see.
Disadvantage.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
that's sad.
Bad, not bad.
Dexterity save, yes?
That's a good one.
Dirty
Go
20.
ahead.
9.
Alright, that's pretty good.
You still add to the lower one or no?
Yeah. Yep. still add
Dexterity saving?
Yep. Dexterity saving.
14.
That one?
That one.
Hey,
The first die you
8.
rolled. No. You rolled stealth.
So-
Never mind.
14.
14. 1.
Oh, 9.
9.
20.
20. So Erland and Beezaura sort of reflexively immediately both reach out and they grab the side of the railing and their feet go out from under them, but you do grab it. The rest of them too slow and everyone kind of slides all the way to the bottom. And as you're going, it does make the tones as you're going kind of all the way to the bottom.
Is there any splashing of water that we hear?
Make a perception check.
Oh, Jesus.
Me.
Perception.
14. Yeah.
I'm like,
So at
Don't keep
first they're
repeating
making
that
sounds
one.
as they get to the bottom, so you have to kind of wait until they get to the bottom, and then the tones stop, and you give a good listen, and you hear kind of a something getting out of the water is what it sounds like. It sounds like something ascended out of the water.
from above.
Yes, from above.
Oh, God. So we're just hanging on.
Does it...
You and Erland are like holding the railing, like
Is it-
standing.
Is
hasn't-
it possible to, like,
pull yourself up?
to go just
Maybe, if you're trying to go up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go down.
Is it still a slide?
It is currently still a slide. Yes. It has not
Okay,
changed yet.
can Erland pull himself up on the railing to make room for anything coming down?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's smart.
9?
As you do so, like the slant is really slanted, and it's hard to get a grip on the railing. You can kind of hold yourself steady, but it's hard to propel yourself all the way up. So you can kind of hug the railing.
Okay.
There's a little room next to you, but it's not.
Beezaura, hug the wall just in case the creature slides down.
Okay.
You do so.
You need to get back up there. Do you see any way, the mechanism to bring these back into stairs?
Actually, I disagree. If it's water up there, then we'd be better off fighting it not in water. In my opinion, if we can get it to come down here, we might be better off.
Okay.
I thought we weren't going to try to fight this thing. I don't have much
know
power
that
left.
we have any options.
It probably has already
I
heard
don't
us.
think we're going to negotiate with it.
Can we maybe lead it
What are we
into a
doing?
different room?
How far? Can they hear? I mean,
Can
they're
they
pretty
hear
far
us?
above us.
They are a decent bit above you. If you can't whisper to them, you could
Shout.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to shout at the top of your lungs, but you needed some decent volume for them to be able to hear you. Yeah.
And as I'm holding on, you said I could possibly, like,
Slowly pull yourself up.
Yeah.
You can.
should I try to go up there and meet it? It doesn't matter. It knows we're here.
It doesn't know where we are.
It doesn't know
Yeah,
You
we
can't hear
are.
me.
Oh,
For
my
sure.
goodness.
That's why I'm
she
whispering to
can't-
her.
You can't hear him.
Erland.
It doesn't know where we are, doesn't know how many of us there are.
So should I just try?
Wait a moment. I just heard it come out of the water. Let it make the first move.
It's not really my way of doing things, but sure.
Or climb up and attack it if you're so eager.
I'm gonna start going. What am I supposed to do?
Give me,
Hang on here
give me an
forever?
athletics check as you try to pull yourself up along the way.
21.
21. So you kind of scoot your butt so your legs are sort of facing the railing, and you kind of walk it like a sideways ladder. You're
Yeah,
like holding
yeah.
it along,
That's what I was
and you're
thinking.
kind of stepping along, and you work your way along.
Is she making the tone?
It is not making the tone at the
Yeah, I
moment.
know.
She's kind of holding herself up enough. In fact, like with the roll that she had, she's able to kind of keep herself generally off of the steps for the most part.
As soon as Beezy does that, can Erland just and sort of start following her out?
Give me an athletics check.
See, right?
No, she can't.
You cannot see anything. It is dark. Yeah.
Acrobatics?
No, athletics.
Athletics.
I'll make it my way.
3.
Oh, God.
Good job.
So you go
Thanks
to
for the
start,
support.
and as you do, you grab a spot that
Erland.
Beezaura had just held, and it's a little sweaty, and all the way
hello.
to the bottom.
So it's technically my fault.
You,
just come
I was like-
you seem to have the impression that you might be getting close to the top, but
Yeah.
you can't see anything.
Erland, where's Beezaura?
Bazaar's going to attack the creature on the top of the stairs.
She can't see anything.
I know she can't.
Can I hit my foot on the bottom stair and just see if anything happens? If the stairs reset, if the slide resets? the
It makes a
stairs.
tone, but it does not reset.
Okay, can I go to... There's a door that led to this hallway with the stairs. Can I
The
go...
one with the bells over it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
can I go shut the door and reopen it and, like, see... I'm trying to just, like,
y-
re-trigger stuff.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of ways where we can get these stairs to reset, because I don't think I'm going to be able to climb up this thing.
There's nothing else in this room.
I'll take a look around.
Give me an investigation check.
Can Erland dry his hands on his cloak?
Yeah.
Like try and get a solid grip on it and start again climbing up?
Give me an athletics check.
9.
It'll be slow progress. You don't find anything in the room.
12.
12. You're starting. Progress is very slow, but you're slowly making your way.
It's our
out.
speed that doesn't
I
matter.
have to in some way help Bazaar. She can't see, and I'm gonna sort of start.
What are you doing at this moment?
How close am I to the top?
It's starting to level a little bit. It seems like you're getting very close to the top, but you can't see any. It is literally pitch black.
It's a minor detail.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do. I really don't. 10.
10. You start to hear some like wet footprints moving in your direction.
Great. I guess, do I hit flat ground yet or no?
You have gotten to the top. Yeah.
Okay. And I just kind of, can I like feel around and see if there's any sort of like corner or something I can just like hoist myself into? Not like hoist, but like just back into, just like keep myself against a wall or something like that.
Sure. Give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
This is interesting. Oh wow. That seems disadvantage. Oh Jesus. 5.
5. I mean, you're moving around, and you haven't gotten to a wall yet, and the footprints
Oh my
are
God.
getting a little louder.
Oh my god.
You haven't found a wall.
All right, I'm just gonna. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'm just gonna just crawl. I know where I am, like at the top of the stairs,
I kind
right?
of know generally where you're coming from. Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna just shift myself over and just like literally huddle into
Start
like
to
a
move a little
wall.
bit, and it looks like this little landing at the top of the stairs is not very big. You kind of touch, and it looks like you can feel the door frame. You can feel
Yeah,
where one of the
okay.
doors is. Yeah, so you're like right at the door frame.
All right, and then I'll just like, since I know I'm at the door frame, just kind of like turn my body against like the outer wall.
You can. It's not
The door.
hiding you. This
Yeah.
little landing is tiny.
Yeah, but I mean that's all I can really do, and just hope that someone else is because I can't see.
Yes.
So what am I missing? What am I
You
missing?
cannot.
I mean, just like literally like
Yeah.
keep my ears open and my hand on my weapon, and just hope for the best
Sure.
at the moment. I can't really do unless I just
Erland
go in
slowly making his way
swinging
up.
blindly.
It's
But
slow, and you hear again. getting a ladder.
Am I hearing that, or is just sorry? Where?
You haven't gotten high enough yet. And you hear it, it sounds very close. It sounds maybe on the other side of the frame.
I just kind of like hold my breath.
Give me a stealth check if you're holding your breath.
We need to somehow get this creature to come down the slide so that we can help Beezaura.
Do we just start making loud noises?
But then we can't get up the stairs, that's the problem.
Maybe we're not trying to get up the stairs, maybe we're trying to get it down.
Yes, but then it's down here with us and we can't get up. We want to be on a different level than it. That's the idea.
I'm gonna take a deep breath and just scream Beezaura really, really loud.
Okay.
Why use my name?
You hear coming up from underneath,
Beezaura!
and it's quiet for a moment. And in the darkness, you feel as something grabs you.
Oh my god.
An unseen attacker, 24 to hit.
Oh my god.
That hits.
It grabs you, and you feel it, and you go to grab your weapon, and it throws you over the side of the balcony. And you feel you're tumbling in darkness, and you and you hit the ground.
Where did you get thrown? Where?
She
Got thrown over the railing.
stairs?
It
down the
threw
stairs.
her over the railing. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the bottom of the floor.
What was that?
That was Beezaura.
And you saw, as you were kind of going, you saw her go down the side.
Okay,
over the railing.
seeing that, Erland's gonna reach into his bag and drink a healing potion.
Okay.
I'm gonna light my mace
Is that
up.
2d4 plus 2?
I'm gonna light the mace.
I help Beezaura up.
Sure.
He's definitely here.
Yes, I
Are
would think
you
so.
okay? What happened?
I made it to the top and I couldn't see anything and he grabbed me and just flung me over the edge.
Okay, we need to leave. We need to go back,
What?
go down.
Plus 2. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
We need to go back, go through the little entrance that we came in, go out that side, come back in through the front door, and hope that he follows us and can't get in this front door once we've entered it. Yes? I
Yes.
can't think of any other thing but to kite
Let's
this thing
go.
around.
Let's go.
Okay?
You guys are exiting the room?
And Erland's still.
What are you
Did you
doing?
hear the plan, Erland?
I did not.
You did see Beezaura go flying by.
Yeah, do I have any sense of how close to the top I am?
You're a little over halfway, maybe?
Okay, I'm gonna stay there quiet. And do I hear them moving or anything? Do I hear anything at all?
Well, you lit your thing,
I
right?
lit my-
So
I
you
lit
saw a
my mace
light
up.
coming up from the bottom, yeah, and you hear a little bit of talking and scuffling. You can't hear
And then do I see the
exactly
light
what
leave that room?
they're saying. Are you headed out?
We're getting out of here!
Oh, he's
You hear
yelling.
that. Now he's yelling, yeah.
Yeah.
You heard Beezaura, and then you saw Beezaura fall, and now you've heard Graven yell again.
I'm gonna yell back. What's the plan?
We're getting
We're going,
out of
Erland.
here!
Let's
Where?
we're
Back
not
the
gonna
way we came.
And you
scream
hear ding, ding, as it sounds like something's...
Oh, and it sounds like it's gripping too.
It sounds like it's holding on to something that's allowing it to slowly descend.
Oh yeah, Erland's loosening his grip and sliding
Yeah.
all the way
Yeah,
down.
Orba's gonna purposefully yell, "We're going back the way we came through the ladder in the basement." Very loudly.
Are you guys booking it? What
Yeah,
are you
we're
guys
going.
doing?
So I get to the
I'll
bottom.
wait for Erland.
Okay.
I slide all the way down, get to the
Yeah, it
bottom.
only takes a couple seconds.
And
Let's
where
go.
are we going?
You guys are
I'm
heading
following
Sure.
you guys.
Yes.
back
the way we
so you're
came.
looking for the hatch in the other room. Give me
Yes,
investigation
which
checks.
The light is
everybody.
gone because
Oh
I've now
my God.
lit up
But you
my
got
mace.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Investigation.
That's right. Dirty 20.
16.
10.
So Orba kind of runs ahead, and she's looking around, and
19.
Orba was on the top of the bookshelf,
Yeah.
so she kind of like
I'm smart.
gets a good sort of bearing on where she was, where she started, and where she was, and she kind of moves over, and she picks out a point, and she kind of points, and like
Graven!
she seems,
Start throwing just.
give me an athletic check.
Can I help him?
Yeah, make it with advantage. if People are helping.
Advantage.
Thank goodness.
15.
15, great.
Holy
So
crap.
Graven goes down, and he sort of pushes it up, and it's making a lot of noise. But
Yep.
you're doing it.
Quickly, more.
It looks like Orba was pretty thorough. You throw it up, and there's a hole right there. You see the hatch.
Get down, everyone.
How close is the display case to all this?
Are you kidding me?
60, 70 feet?
70 feet?
Yeah.
No, okay. No, I was just his looks and.
We're coming back. We're coming back. Down
Guys are
now.
going down?
Yep.
Yep.
Is there any, just before we all have is there any way we can trap him in this room? Is there any way we can trap him in this room and then we proceed upwards?
The hatch was busted, right?
It's totally busted, yeah. Now it's just an open hole, basically,
Yeah.
at the moment.
In this library room, is there any way we can trap the creature?
I mean,
We don't really have time to think about that. We need to get out of here as soon as
None of
possible.
these doors seem to lock through our own efforts, so let's
What
go.
are we doing?
Let's go.
I'm going.
So you have the hatch opened?
Yes.
The hatch
Okay.
is busted, so it's open.
Great, we're going in.
Go before I throw you down there.
Who went first?
not
Did
me.
Bizarre jump down first?
I'll
there?
go first.
Okay. Was there something
My
else
head's
there?
like
I wanna be
bleeding.
last.
Okay, great. So, Bizarra,
Unless-
there's a ladder that goes up, and she sort of grabs the two ends, and you let yourself kind of slide down, and your feet hit solid ground, and you look down, and you haven't hit the ground. You're standing on a woodling creature who has morphed
My God.
into a little block
No.
and is currently blocking the hole. As you remember, you can punch through these things, but
Yeah.
Can I take my flail out and
You
just
can.
What do we know about what's
Bang it.
occurring? What do we know about what's occurring in this?
who's after Bizarre? Graven?
I was waiting as well.
Natural
with
20.
The light.
Bizarre is sort of she's a little bit sort of ahead of everyone else because she jumped down first. There's a little room and she gives a good swing and hits the thing and it splinters and breaks. So
And
it's,
then I just take my foot and just nail it.
you guys make a ton of noise, but you
Whatever.
punched your way through it. Yep.
Let's go. There was a willing creature, but
yeah, go,
he's
go.
gone now.
Bizarre's
Go.
down. Who's next?
I'm jumping down.
Safira's down.
I want to be last.
Erland, go.
Erland hops down.
Derlin goes down.
I need to see if this thing reaches the bottom. We have to get it to come and follow us, Graven. Has
Going
to
down.
follow
Yeah, I'll
us.
go down.
Graven goes down. So are you like at the
Yeah, I'm like
top of
holding onto the
Great.
floor like
So
this.
you wait, and again you hear the kind of doom,
Mm-hmm.
doom, doom, and you see holding onto the side of the banister, just in the other room, a creature make his way down the side of it.
Matt, get a
signal.
little.
Oh, no!
Oh no!
Did we lose?
Did we lose? Oh, okay. Hold on. We're fixing.
Sorry, everybody.
Is that?
It's this camera. So hold on 1 second. Do you got it?
Thanks for the heads up.
Yes.
Good.
Thanks, Fran.
How long
Thanks, I saw.
has it been like that?
I
Yeah.
don't.
Not long. Not
No.
long at all. Chat was right on it. Chat.
I literally looked up and I was like,
Thanks, guys.
"That's
Are
not
we
Matt-
still all,
That's not
uh,
Matt's face."
Yeah, you guys are all
We're here, so we can't.
This is all.
Okay.
One of the power things got kicked there.
Oh no.
Okay.
Crawl, boy, crawl.
it.
Ooh.
Hey guys.
Watch
So,
your feet, there's a-
what the fuck is going on?
We are fucked. Nope.
I
it's
killed-
fine.
Your
I killed a
camera's
wood
back
guy.
on.
Hey.
Do we need somebody to focus you so that you?
I should have saved it, but I think I need to go.
Because if you focus, if you
The
hit,
fire went out for a
if you
second.
tap it for focus with the backdrop on it, you're not going to be in focus.
I did not tap it.
They're getting a real look
Okay.
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
No,
guys.
I guess you could say they're getting a peek beneath
You may need to
the
I
veil.
absolutely hate you.
Oh wow.
How do you? Matt looks blurry. So actually,
Can you
Leah, can you
tap
tap
me?
his face? Yep.
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
Why did
Um,
never happen?
Good looking
I am
out,
sort
guys.
of a technician. I'm
Okay, all
very
of you
good
in
with
chat.
technology.
Mwah.
You guys are the real
Thank you
heroes.
so much. You are wonderful. Immersion broken for sure.
Yeah.
Um.
No, that happened for It's dark in here. You can't see shit.
I can't see anything.
Okay. Yes.
Re-immersed.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're peeking into the other thing.
Yep.
So you see, and it looks similar to one of these creatures that you've seen. It has like a big disformed side of its head. It looks like its ear has kind of opened up into like a gaping hole in the side of its head. And it's using kind of long fingers to grapple the railing and like lower itself down.
Great. And as it's coming like in full view, I want to be like, "Hey, ugly, come get us!"
Oh my god.
And drop.
And it
Yeah,
starts
I
to
drop
run.
and run. Go, 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 go.
As we're running, why are we provoking it?
Because we're gonna go through the front door and hopefully it's going to lock behind us. That is the best idea that I have at this
So you
point.
guys, you're running down the hallway that you were before, and you kind of get to the facade is also kind of busted at this point. You get to that sort of false wall
Yep.
at the end of it there. No woodling things blocking your way, and you're still holding a light, right? Or your
Yeah,
base or something
I
is
still
lit up.
do,
Great. So the
yeah.
hallway is still kind of lit as you're moving down, and you step out from behind the sod, sort of burst your way back into the kind of Bailey thoroughfare.
Is there anything around that exit that we could like shove up against this that's of substantial weight or anything? Just to slow it down a little?
There's a number of cutouts, and like you get out into that area that's like the hanging and the stalks and stuff, you could pick up some of these pieces, like these prop pieces. But
Okay. As we're like running and exiting, we either hide here, wait for him to leave, and then go back in that way, or we go through her secret passage door. Which one are we doing? Let's go.
Is
If
there
we're
a place
far
to
ahead
hide that look like in the vicinity?
there's tons of cutouts. I mean, you can hide somewhere. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a busy marketplace.
I think if we're
thoroughfare.
that far ahead of him and we can make it through the door, we should try it.
Then let's run. It
Let's
is
go.
fast.
Now.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's
You guys
go.
are running
Book
towards
it.
the
Towards
to,
the front.
to the front
You
door.
remember the password, Beezaura?
I have it.
All right.
Right, so the models have kind of sprung to life as if you never left, and there's a loud kind of koosh as the sort of, you push the facade thing to the side, it kind of flaps open a little bit. And you see and hear some of the familiar sights and sounds, like, worthless scum, and the sort of throws the fake tomato, and you see one like, what if he didn't do it? Another person like chattering on the side, whoa, easy girl, and you guys are hearing all the sounds as they're going by. And give me, who's in front here?
I'm in the back.
Give me a
sure.
perception check. And the person in the back, give me a perception check.
Oh goody.
Ends.
Oh god. 3.
That's a 13.
So in addition to the dialogue that you've heard before, you do catch sight of one thing that you didn't notice the first time in the thoroughfare. A small cutout rat that's kind of weaving its way amongst the crowd. And it moves quickly, and unlike most of the cutouts that, if they move at all, they kind of have a track that's maybe 3 to 5 feet long, the rat seems to snake the entire length of the bailey. It's kind of moving over here, and then it's kind of like moving all about the thoroughfare. So you catch sight of that as it's kind of moving around.
And it looks like a wooden rat.
It looks like a fake rat, yes. And it also looks like, as you catch sight of it, it looks like it's painted kind of a slate, like a chalkboard slate. Like it's not painted super detailed
Yeah.
like a rat. So you catch
Okay.
sight of that. So you guys approach the keep. And you hear again, stop there. Only one of the royal company or a newly crowned champion may enter.
I have not told a lie today.
And you get up to the door, and you see the blue in the middle sort of.
And I push it real quick.
You guys push away, and you guys are all
Push in
following.
Go,
her.
go, go.
As they're doing it, can I see around the corner of the keep? Like I don't know how big the dimensions are. I just want to like
looking back towards where you came.
yeah. to
Give me
see-
a perception check.
Okay. If there's any sign of him.
It's right in front of you.
Dirty 20.
Hello.
You do not see anything come around the corner. You do hear some
Okay.
general noise.
Okay. It sounds like he's still following us.
Close the door.
Close the door.
In.
Yeah.
And you guys push your way open. You breach the doors, and it opens up into this large receiving hall. And there's a long red carpet lined with a gold trim and a magnificent 3-tiered chandelier hanging from the ceiling. And off to the right, there's this grandiose fireplace with a marble mantelpiece and a number of lounge chairs with this deep aquamarine color. And on the left side, there's a series of booths with mirrors on 3 sides and a small step stool in the center, like a tailor would have someone step up, measure,
sick.
applause. And behind these booths, lining the left side wall, all the way from basically where the door was, all the way to the other end of the hall, is a massive rack of clothing. And it looks to be organized chromatically. It starts with sort of golden yellows that turn into fiery oranges, and then reds, crimson, purple, violet, into royal blues, and then ending on shades of green, olive, and emerald. All kinds of clothes, all the way down. And at the other end of the room, the red carpet sort of reaches a wide staircase that sort of rises and curls up to the right. And as you step in, all of you going in, I need you all to make charisma saving throws.
Oh come
I have
on.
0 charisma.
Was there a moment where I could have seen if the door resealed by any chance?
You can look back, and it has not yet.
Okay.
10.
Charisma saving.
Oh, sure.
8.
10,
16.
8.
8. You guys are gonna love this. Everyone but Erland is under the effect of a zone of truth spell. You feel it in your mind as you step into the castle. You feel the effects of a little pressure around your head.
I quit.
You don't have to say
You do not. So, I want to be clear.
Yeah.
You cannot knowingly, willingly speak a lie. That does not force you to answer. If somebody asks you something, you're not forced to answer. It doesn't you can give a shifty, weird, obviously, avoiding answer.
Or say nothing.
Yes, you can say nothing, but you cannot knowingly speak a lie.
Except for Erland, and nobody knows that.
Yes.
And
I can't.
but we don't know that we're under the effect of it.
You do.
Oh, you do?
Yes, you are able to tell that that sort of effect washed over you.
Oh my god.
You can tell that you are under that effect, but yes, you do not know who else in the party is under that effect.
And he knows that he's not under it.
Yes.
I was gonna say, would I have noticed something and then had to
Yes.
but I love lying, and have to come out of it?
You have knowingly resisted the effect.
I actually cannot believe this.
I mean, obviously he's
I've
the one.
literally never been happier.
Stupid.
Orba's still just waiting and keeping an eye on the door and waiting for it to seal.
Great.
Okay.
So there's a number of cutouts stationed all around the room. Most of them dressed in sort of aristocratic attire, making some variation of a sort of a curtsy or a bow as you enter. And when you step in, one particularly sort of foppish-looking gentleman, still the same half-orc, but dressed sort of posh, travels along his little track, and he goes right up to Beezaura, sensing the presence of the champion.
Ah.
A champion always dresses the part. Will it be the silly basilisk today, or the mysteries of Finlock Forest? And he waits.
Beezaura. And I'm gonna open the Mysteries of Finlock Forest and give it to her. I don't know what this means, but it's a book, and the Silly Basilisk is another children's book.
The Mysteries of Finlock Forest.
And he sort of gives you a little bow, and when he comes up, he lifts his head, and there's a little slot under his neck that kind of opens up, and a little piece of parchment comes out.
What have you got there, Beezaura?
And then he again sort of bows and slides off to the side.
It's prices for pages, page numbers.
What?
It's
What is it?
page numbers and pieces of clothing.
Well,
Can I see it?
Look at did the page numbers correspond with the children's book
I
that
will
I just
look.
gave you?
So I open up the book.
Where
Go
are you
to
opening
page-
it up to?
It must be correspond to
Go
a
to
color.
page 44.
You go to page 44.
Paragraph 3.
Paragraph 3.
And you look at the line. And you see the sort of first line of that paragraph. The waves crashed upon the rocks, and the drowned assassin rose, its blood-red eyes fixated on the soles of the young boy's
Blood red.
feet.
Someone go get blood red trousers from the lineup.
Orba's still staring at the door. I'm not doing anything.
And it
Okay, I go do that.
seals.
Everybody,
Marvelous.
the door seems to have locked, so let's hope that we're safe here for a little bit.
Can we see the parchment?
Yeah. Well, it's just,
I will read
we're
the next
going-
one. We're reading it.
Oh, someone go get the
verbatim.
trousers.
Okay, so Erland runs and goes through
Go to
the
a
blood
section of red.
parchment,
There's a
Erland.
number of red ones. You kind of find one that looks
Blood
a bit,
red.
but
Just
sort of a deep red pair of pants.
okay.
The next one.
Grabs it.
Page 13, paragraph 1.
He slipped the necklace into his pocket, the brilliant purple stones surely enough to bribe the boatman when the time came.
Purple jacket, someone.
I'll go.
So I guess I run over and I hold the pants out for Beezaura to step into.
I'll go for the
Put them on.
jacket.
Sorry.
Are-
You go
I'll go
get
for the jacket.
Are they halfling sized?
They're a little big.
That's cute. Oh god.
Okay, last one. First scarf. Page 26, paragraph 4.
And you flip through the book. It was not unusual to seek guidance from the nomads of Rikra, who wore their tangerine-painted shields like turtle shells along the shore.
I'll run over the scarves.
An orange one.
Tangerine.
Take a nice tangerine-looking scarf.
Stand on the
Got it.
Can I have the book back? I don't need the parchment. Take the book back.
I keep the parchment, thank you.
Go stand on the dais
Got
with
it,
the
yes.
mirrors.
Go show it off.
And I step up on the platform.
You do. You step up on one of the stools, and immediately a number of the cutouts kind of... Cute.
Orba
They're all
also.
kind of applauding.
Thank you, thank you. Does that, I just know if anything happened.
Nothing else besides that yet? The only way out of this room is where you came, or the staircase. There's a large sort of staircase.
Should we
Yes.
try the staircase?
I think we need to just actually own up to that we are about to walk through a fun house and do it correctly with no cheating. So yes, let's go.
All right.
I would keep those clothes on for now. Do
I
you want
will.
to help you alter it all?
Can I like get some pins? And,
Yeah,
and have you
I'm going to use mending. I'm going to lean down and I'll like rip the pants so that they're
Sure.
halfling size and then like mend the edges.
That's adorable.
Thank you, Graven.
It's not perfect, but it'll do.
Tell me that uses your last spell slot.
No.
Well worth it.
Does the you said there were like a bunch of like sort of shoe polishing booths or just
No, the
walk-
booths are with the mirrors. Those are like for like
okay
measurements or.
There's no numbers or anything on those booths.
Make an investigation check.
I know. What are the chances?
16.
You do not see any numbers on any of those.
Any markings
pieces
on
of
the boots or
furniture.
anything like that?
Not that you can tell.
Where did you get that book, by the way?
In Josco's cabin before we hopped
Quite
in.
lucky that you had it, Erland.
So you had it.
Yes, it is. Did anyone else feel anything when we came in?
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
What's your problem?
Nothing. I felt some sort of magical.
We all know what it is, Erland. I'm just gonna like go up to the stairs.
Can I tell based on our responses who answered truthfully?
Give me an insight check.
We've all answered truthfully, so.
Well, but I
But he
wanna
doesn't
say
know
I don't
who's
know
under
that.
the effect.
Goddamn
Yeah.
word.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, because we all felt something.
Yeah.
22.
Come on.
I absolutely.
You can
hate
definitely
it.
tell that they seem to be under the effect of the spell.
He can tell all of us.
I didn't say a word.
Your silence was a little.
Was telling enough.
Oh my god.
All right.
Let's go.
Alright, can we move forward, please?
Of course.
He's making your way to the staircase.
Is there a nice clothing?
The clothing's beautiful. There's lots of it. Yes.
Should we all be wearing the clothing?
I think it knows that she's the champion.
And we're just.
You think we'll get in trouble if we take some nice clothes?
Are there multiples of each color? Like, could we conceivably?
Yes.
We all dress the same.
Is that stealing or is that what they want?
I don't know.
I don't really know if we need to spend too much time on this decision, so if you'd like to take clothing, make it a choice. If not, let's go.
Not steal?
Okay.
Sounds good. We'll trust in the champion here.
It's all very nice, though.
Orba?
Okay, sorry.
Best case, we'll have time to come
Seeing
back.
that she liked something, which implies that she felt something, can I kind of, without them seeing, can I try to take
Give me a
it?
stealth check.
Oh my
And what are you
God.
taking?
Whatever she was just touching, natural one.
I mean, you go over and grab it, but they notice you doing so.
Safira?
Oh, fuck off! It's a whatever. And I'm gonna drop it and kind of then just.
Let's
keep walking.
go.
Thank
I'm just
you,
gonna hang it back up.
Yeah. That's very nice.
Sure.
Maybe afterward. Okay.
All right, so you're going over to the staircase. So, Beezaura, you're leading the way.
Yeah.
Great. So you get to the stairs, and about 7 or 8 steps up, you get to a point, and it was very. You didn't see it right away, but as you're like inches away from it, there's this like thin, shimmering film, and you can't even stop yourself from passing through it because you noticed it so late, and you pass through it easily. But it seems like it might have been set up to catch someone who was not,
Oh, God.
appropriately.
Dressed.
Yes.
Okay. And we're following up behind her.
You follow right behind. Who's right behind Beezaura? You are.
Yeah.
Let's get some clothes on.
Come back down.
And everybody does it. Everybody
All right.
grabs a red
Blood
pair of
red
pants,
Yeah.
and a purple shirt, or purple
Red
jacket,
pants, purple shirt.
Rip the back
Tangerine
up.
scarf.
and a tangerine, sort of orange scarf.
So does this go on over the cloak, or do we have to take the cloak off and like put it away and then?
That's up to you.
Okay.
It would be sort
Get
of
one big
punchy and
enough.
uncomfortable, but
Great. Take off Safira's cloak. Put on
Sure.
Yeah, Orba takes off her garbage
That's
cloak
so
and puts
funny.
on the
That's so cool.
So they're all. None of them fit particularly well. Graven's
Yes.
is way too tight, but you guys are like sort of walking orange scarf.
I just
purple
see them
jacket,
all walk
red
up
pants.
in like my exact outfit. Like, oh, trying to be the champion now.
I'm gonna have taken the pants off and just tied them around my midsection, like.
And as you guys go, you get to the point and pass through the film
Oh.
to to the other side. And at the top of the stairs, there's a small landing with a plain but sturdy wooden door. And facing away from you is another cutout, which as you approach sort of spins around to meet your eyes. And once again, same half-orc. This one with kind of a loose black gown and a wide lace kind of ruff around his neck. You look marvelous.
Thank you.
Now don't forget, a champion always minds their manners. Deep bow, kiss the hand, wave to the audience, open palms, drop your head, toss the scarf in the air,
Oh my god.
kiss the hand, toss the scarf in the air, down to one knee, declare you are the champion, fist across the heart, and then go ahead.
Can I like walk past it and re-trigger it or something?
It doesn't as of yet,
Oh, golly.
and it seems to be looking at you.
Go for it,
I
Beezaura.
don't remember any of that.
Oh no.
You guys can whisper to her, you're right there.
Deep
Bow
bow.
was the
Deep
first.
bow. So I do the bow.
Give a deep
Kiss
bow.
the hand.
And as you do the deep bow, it seems to like kind of nod awkwardly.
Kiss the
Kiss the
hand.
hand.
Wave.
You do like a fake hand kiss.
Beezaura, wave.
You wave.
Palm to your heart. Bow your head.
As you palm to the heart, the floor, and you slide off the balcony and tumble below. I need all of you to give me dexterity saving throws.
It was. Oh my god.
That
Well,
wasn't
maybe
right.
it'll repeat. Maybe it'll repeat. Dexterity saving.
14.
11.
16.
I hate my life.
14.
So what was it?
14.
Okay, everyone who got 15 or higher, you take 2 damage.
Oh, Jesus, I'm about to do.
Everyone who rolled under 15 takes 5 bludgeoning damage.
Are you unconscious?
And you feel the
Oh
everybody tumbles to the floor below.
Where
We
does
should do this one at a time.
Where does the palm go? That's the only one I don't know.
Deep bow. Kiss the hand.
Kiss the
wave.
hand. Knee.
Kneel
Take
after
a-
the wave.
Was it Neil?
And you can see the floor up
It's
at the top
wave.
kind of
It's wave. Kneel.
Okay, kneel, then palm to heart, then
No, no,
bow
no,
head,
no.
then toss scarf. No, then down to knees later.
No. Oh no. I have no idea.
Well,
We have to
we're
just
going
hope that
to
it
have to trigger
re-triggers.
again.
Did
Yes.
did it go
He
back the stairs?
turned back around.
Yes, we're going to have to trigger it again. And
I make my way back
Okay,
up.
Sure.
one of us. Who?
I am
Make
staying
away.
down here.
I'm just gonna try again.
Okay, you get all the way
Can
to the
we
top of the
hear?
stairs.
Can we like try to pay attention?
If you walk like halfway up the stairs,
Okay.
Is there
you
a?
can hear-
You said there's a railing?
to the staircase? Yeah.
Okay, can I go up
Yeah.
with Beezaura, hold the railing, and hold Beezaura like by the scruff of her neck?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And again, you look marvelous. Now don't forget, a champion always minds their manners.
Right.
Wave to the audience, fist across the heart, deep bow, down to one knee, drop your head, toss scarf in the air, kiss the hand, open palms, declare you are the champion.
I got nothing.
We got it.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, wait.
It's different than before.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Let's
Okay.
let's
So-
do it together. Do it together.
I
Say it
got
out
it.
loud. No. Say it out loud before you
Deep
do
bow, fist to heart.
it. You already did it wrong. You're
not
already
doing
saying
it.
it
I'm not
wrong.
doing it. I'm no, it's not.
It's fist is first. Fist is first.
No,
It's
no,
deep
wait,
bow.
audience was first.
Shit.
No,
You guys suck.
Wave. She's right. Wave is
All right,
first.
let's
Wave is
at
first.
the very least, let's. Do we know what all the actions are?
Yes.
it's deep
there
bow.
is
No, it's not. It's
No,
wave
Not
first.
look, not in order. Just what are all the actions?
No.
what they are in
What is the
order.
difference?
You know
No,
they
it
are in
needs to
order?
be in order.
I do.
It's wave to audience, fist to heart,
Yes.
bow, kneel, head,
Drop head.
drop head, toss us off, kiss the hand, open palm, declare I'm the champion.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So Erland's holding the railing
So
and
start
holding
with
Beezy
the
by the
wave.
scruff of her like collar.
Start with the wave.
Wave to the audience.
You give a nice wave, and you see a nod from the
fist
cutout.
to heart,
Fist across the heart.
Deep bow.
bow,
Do you give a deep bow?
get on my knee,
Drop to one knee.
Drop your head.
head down,
Put your head down.
toss my scarf,
You do.
Kiss the hand.
kiss his hand,
You do so.
open palm.
Open your palms up.
I am the champion.
And there's sort of a wait for a moment. Excellent. You are ready for the gauntlet. A champion's true test. And the door
Oh no.
Oh, really?
opens up.
Can we all
And
get
he
up?
turns back around.
We can all get up.
The door is open. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I
Well,
don't have to do it.
Time for the gauntlet, I guess. Great. So I'd go.
You're walking through.
And I fall.
following?
Can we do it slowly this time?
Sure.
Trying to quietly.
No, just move slowly so that we're aware of our circumstances and don't bump into anything anymore.
Sure.
Orba is limping. Like, she is looking rough.
Rough.
You saw her take a pretty good hit when she sort of hit the
I'll-
lower floor.
I'll stay right by her.
Thank you, Graven.
So, you head into the next room. And the next room could not contrast more with the receiving hall. The floor and the walls and the ceiling are painted sort of a coal black with a matte finish, so there's no sort of reflection or gleaming or shining. And there's no furnishings at all that you can see. No chairs, no tables, no portraits, vases, flowers, nothing. Nothing that would imbibe the room with any kind of character. All you see is in the center of the room, and this room's fairly substantial, about as big as, some of the other rooms you were in before. A stone obelisk standing sort of up out of the ground. There's some kind of writing on it. And surrounding the obelisk in this kind of semicircle are 5 black cubes that look to be little separate rooms or booths. They each have a door going into these little black boxes. And each of the cubes is probably 15, 20 feet in each dimension, so they're sizable. They're like a little private room. And each one has a symbol on the door.
What do the symbols look like?
You gonna walk up to them? Great. As you do so, 5 symbols from left to right are a horse, a pair of figures that look to be wrestling, like a couple of sort of stick figure drawings that look to be kind of grappling, a shield, a spell book, and a target, like concentric circles, like an archery target.
Well.
Wait.
I think it looks like each one of us might be well suited to each one of these things.
Oh, goodness. Meaning we have to split up?
Well, I don't know if we have to, but one of us should probably helm each thing at a time.
Okay.
Which one do you believe you're most well suited to?
I don't know. Shield.
Who's the
or
horse?
Or wrestling.
It's Safira.
Well, no, Safira would be
Saphira's
the target.
bullseye.
Target,
Are
spellbook.
these specific to us, do you think?
Wrestling.
I don't know.
No?
I guess I'm did you grow up with horses, Graven?
I've been around horses, yes.
Or would you be a... Does he know we're here?
And with that kind of thought in the air, we're gonna take a little
Oh
break.
my god!
And you guys
What
can
in
think
the
about
world?
where you might be headed.
I know where I'm going.
I mean, that's an obvious choice, Bird.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I can do.
Thank you guys for
Easiest
joining
quiz
us.
of
Thank
my
you for
life.
telling us about the camera. We'll
Yes,
try to
that was
walk-
very
Wow.
nice.
Try
Way
to
to be
walk
on
that.
that chat. You're dope.
Thank you
Hey.
for joining as always. And we'll continue
Yes.
to unveil the mysteries of Josco's castle. Sorry, do you want to say?
No, I was just gonna say, if anybody's new, during the break we have like a little video that we play that kind of gives you a background of what our homebrew is like the basics of the world. So feel free to stick around.
Yep.
It's like the first 6 minutes of the OA's
Right.
It kicks
So-
in after a minute, so you'll see the BRB, and the video will show up.
and
Give you a little
enjoy.
taste. Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just 15 minutes.
Whoa, let's go
Dive
get
right
some
back
candy.
in. Boom. Figure out where everybody's headed.
Goddamn.
No
Okay,
idea.
let's
We'll
go.
be back.
Oh,
I've done
God.
a lot already.
Oh, God.
Do you know what a harvesting yard is?
Remind me.
Myconids are semi-intelligent, like mushrooms, like fungus. They're being harvested to create this sort of extract.
What is that?
We don't quite know what it does, we just know that it gives some sort of superpower. Jillian is firmly on the side of it being immoral and something that should not exist on Ndisuyu. We'll go back and forth.
Big key moment.
All right, Halfling is in a box, attacked.
You're allowed full sentences, I think. And we fight that battle, and Jillian runs off after one of the witherlings. Yeah, and we find an underground lab that has some mysterious sort of mist and pumping, and GGG P216 first ED is written on the wall.
GGG, first edition, page 216.
There was a teacher of mine named Master Grimari, and he wrote a rather famous book called Grimari's Giant Grimoire. I sort of ruined his life.
It wouldn't be a stretch to say that he might blame you.
I think specifically he blames me.
Okay, so when we arrived in Orange Chupa,
Oh no, Jillian's not there. Robert Bastille. He's like a get-it-done kind of guy in Orange Chupa.
I'm concerned about Jillian. She was supposed to be here yesterday.
We were separated.
Do you know what her business was after she met us?
Jillian has shut down a couple of these camps already. She was in the business of finding a third. But there are those who've come to rely on these resources, so you can see how she might be constantly in danger.
we talked to Polnick, who's kind of the authority of Orange Chupa. He just got very suspicious of the party as a whole.
The longer we stay in a place, the more things tend to blow up, I guess. I don't know, it was just bad luck.
When we attended the wine tasting, other things went wrong.
Sort of a reconnaissance mission at the Mullafer wine tasting.
Baron gave me the invitation because he's the one that requested the pieces from me. I am in need to find these chess pieces in order to get my name written off of some sort of records.
These pieces are at the tasting?
They belong to very important people. I have no idea who they are.
Beezaura was sort of off doing her chess piece, Light Whistle Chess Club reconnaissance.
Then we ended up in the basement, like fighting for our lives.
Oh yeah, doing the real fight.
While the other three were monkeying around with empty suits of armor.
I was supposed to be finding out information relating to Jillian and her whereabouts from this sort of guy, this tiefling named Armand Valliard.
Seems Jillian has been taken prisoner by a tribe of barbarians, and we have 1.5 to 3 days before the barbarians reach the Shaki Mountains.
That's not good.
No.
We got a couple leads on where we could maybe help Jillian and figure out what our next step was.
And then we hit the road, Jack. Real
and
quick.
did not come back.
No more.
Also, if we didn't leave, we were going to jail, and that's a good motivator.
Robert can no longer help us.
Okay.
Polnick seems to be after us.
Yes.
I think we ought to leave Orange Chupa.
At this very moment, or?
Today at 3 p.m., yes.
When we were trying to track down Jillian,
We hit the crossing. There was an explosion.
Like, they're here.
We
but-
went in there really spicy hot,
Boom, find Jillian. She's hiding behind a crate.
rediscovering Jillian.
to complete this Myconid camp scouting mission.
I plan to continue and go to this Myconid camp.
Would we also be a part of the destruction?
You blow them up, and the Myconids inside them.
They go with it. Do you think they prefer their situation as it stands?
I'm just wondering if that's the best way to dispose of them.
Have you ever thought of a way to cut the head off the snake rather than take down individual camps?
That would be something I'd look into. It's difficult to track down the source.
This isn't as effective and easy a problem to solve.
Strategery.
We got her in a carriage and we headed to Blom's house, who's a druid friend of hers that was nearby.
Which didn't last long. Attacked again. More undead.
What are we doing?
They're coming towards the house.
Jillian, there's a crossbow in the pantry behind the shelves. Get it? The others, hold the door. Nobody goes through, understand?
Either band together or die. That's when the group really comes together.
R.I.P. Blom, maybe.
Didn't enjoy that at all. That was terrible.
I don't have anything else to say to you, sir, so could you please stop asking me?
Recaps are hard.
It's really hard.
Boy, after a tough day of working, just a big glass of myconid extract.
It's
It's the spot.
it's tangy.
Okay.
We're back.
Yes.
Yo.
Before we get back into it.
Yes.
Because people were asking in chat, if you've donated or bidded to the amount or subbed to the amount of $5, we do the guest book before and after every stream, where everybody writes in a little encouraging message or a little joke, whatever you like. Please feel free to private message us anything that you would like to have inserted into this book, and we will try our best to get it for the next episode. So yeah, if you're one of those people who qualifies, there's also a tile down below that gives a full description of everything that you can do. So please check that out.
Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it.
For being so sweet.
So yeah, the amount is it's whatever is sub value. So sub
$4.99.
or 500 bits. Is that $5? Yeah, or 5. Yeah.
So yeah, Grub, I think you actually qualified, right? Because you subbed last week. So please,
send us a message.
by any means,
we love
send
to
us.
add things and have everybody join the book.
Yes. So thank you all very much.
Awesome.
Okay. Whew. All right.
Let's dive back into the gauntlet.
Yeah, did you guys figure it out?
Figure what out?
So you guys step into this room, this sort of matte black room that has these cubes, and you're taking a look at the symbols on the doors, and you see, again, horse, wrestling figures, shield, spell book, and a target.
Well,
do we go into these rooms alone?
But you're not going anywhere alone.
We don't have much of a choice.
I have a healing potion.
okay,
You
can
definitely should take
it,
that before you
please?
go in.
Okay, yes, Safira, I will take it.
I think that. May I suggest you start with the target and tell us what happens? We'll keep an ear.
Do we believe there's time for this?
What if it takes a half an hour?
Is there any information on the obelisk?
You can take a look at the obelisk. So the obelisk has a matching set of symbols for each door. So the obelisk, like top to bottom, has a little horse, a wrestling figure, shield, and next to each one, a key on a hook. So there's a door to each of these. It has a key for each of the rooms. And it also has something carved along the top in orc.
I can read that.
If you want to take one.
Can I read it?
You may.
Okay.
Stop choking on candy.
No, it
please.
was water.
You're a mess.
I'm sorry.
Water is your arch nemesis.
Glad we didn't go to that room at the top of the stairs. All right.
And it says, complete at least 3 to pass.
We don't know that.
What's it say, Safira?
Safira reads and she's like, we gotta do all of them.
Erland has to do all of them.
She can't tell.
She can't tell a lot.
Well, it says that we need to complete 3 of these rooms to pass. So what I think we should do is whoever's feeling, I don't know, the most up to it should go into those rooms, because if it's only 3, I'm assuming like it was with the last challenge like this that we faced, there's probably a certain number of times that you have to...
Cannot fail multiple times.
So we might have to do all of them if we fail at 2 of them, is what you mean.
Right.
Yes, we have to. I'm assuming that if we have to complete 3 to pass, then we absolutely have to complete 3 to pass.
I think the strongest should.
Good logic.
Well, I also wonder if one of us could do multiple if need be.
Well, yes, if you're feeling like an overachiever.
No, just if someone's, for example, Orba's quite hurt, like
if we need to do a 4th.
We'll leave spellbook for last.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, but I was really curious about what I was going to do.
I know.
Did you already take the healing potion?
No.
Okay.
So
I'm up for a bit of wrestling.
Should we start with perhaps the most obvious being shield and target?
Look, I feel confident at least about my ability to fire an arrow. So if that's what this
you want to
challenge
start it
is,
off.
Let's start there then, yes?
Are we all going into the room?
no, I think it's
Small, yeah?
No, the rooms are
Really
big.
Oh, like they're
15 by 15, 20 by 20.
15 in all dimensions, yeah, about. Yeah, it's like a big cube.
I mean, we could try. I'm sure if we're not welcome, Josco will let us know somehow.
I'll try to supervise you. Somebody want to go with Safira?
Let's go one at a time then, yes? Or we want to go all at the same time, or?
If we could get two done at the same time.
All right.
I guess I'll take my healing potion.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2?
Yep. Assuming you've already taken the greater one, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm taking a regular one. 2d4. 7, 8, 9.
Yes.
Oh, it's like, oh my HP back.
Sort of feel your bones kind of click back into place after smashing them on the floor.
I feel better.
Good.
Now can we go?
Who's going?
You and me in shield, and
Let's do it.
2 or 3 of you in the.
Okay.
Should I wait out here in case something happens out here, or do we feel confident that won't happen?
I think we'll be okay. If the door's sealed, we should be alright.
I should go into shield then. There's nothing I can do in a target.
Can't you throw things?
I guess I can throw dice. Okay, fine. I'll go in the shield. All right. Okay. All right.
I like that.
I'll
So there's keys on the obelisk. Who's
I grab the
grabbing the
shield.
shield key?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the arrow key.
Target
the
key.
target key.
You ready, Graven?
So you guys are going at the same time to
Yeah.
the rooms. So click open the door, and it opens up. And we'll go to the shield cube first. And it has a warmly lit central area. You kind of open it up, and there's these 2 large metal rings that crisscross at the top. So if you were standing in the middle, one kind of goes left to right over your head, and another ring that goes kind of up and over the top. So it's 2 rings, and they form an X at the top if you were standing in the middle. And lining these rings are a series of weapons attached by some kind of machinery or apparatus that you haven't seen before. And most of the weapons are spears and swords, and while the blades appear to be blunted, the tips or the blades, and lightly padded, it does look like getting hit by one would still produce it would smart a bit. It would give you a good welt. And in the center of the ring, there's an iron shield resting on the ground. It's green, and it has the same kind of shackle manacle symbol that you saw on the knight in the jousting match. And Beezaura walks through the door, and again you feel that sort of film sensation wash over your face. And you're holding the key, and you pass through, and are you trying to walk in?
I'm trying to walk in behind her.
You feel that same sensation. The person with the key seems to be able to pass through.
I can't come with you.
Okay, well,
I'll be right outside.
thank you.
All right.
Graven, should we just try ours in case they fail and we don't waste time?
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll go
Oh,
back over
so
to
you're
the keys.
leaving
I'll
me.
go back over to the keys then.
Well, can you
You're
get in?
having the wrestling key?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're having
I
the
grab
spellbook
spellbook key.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna try my own.
I understand.
And as this is happening, you find a similar thing. Safira lets herself in. I'll describe the room later, but you get that same. You're not able to pass through without the key. So
everyone's gone into rooms. Have you guys gone into?
well,
no, we
like
came
Graven
back out
bonked
because-
the wall, and then he went back to the obelisk, got a key, and Orba did the same
Okay.
thing. Yeah. So, what do? There's a shield in the center. These sort of rings with weapons, kind of lining the edges of them.
I guess I step into the center
You do so.
and pick up that shield.
Pick up the shield. So you pick up the shield, and it's hefty, but you're experienced with shields, and it does have a good design to it. It feels like a quality shield. And as soon as you lift it up, you start to hear a little sort of whirring and rattling.
Does it add to her AC at all, having that big shield?
She already had a shield. It's the same.
Nice try.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So immediately you can see some of the mechanisms, sort of dials turning, and the circles. It does seem like the sort
Yeah.
of rings can turn, and they start to
I had a feeling.
turn. And it happens for a while. You hear the noise without anything happening for a while. You kind of trace them along as they kind of move, and you hear the noises, and then one of them kind of comes out.
Cool.
Goes for
I
an
knew
attack.
that was gonna happen.
14 to hit.
Nope.
Clings off of the shield.
gonna be great.
And then and it's quiet again, or there's the noise, but there's no movement. And then a sword goes down. 15 to hit.
Nope.
Clangs off of the shield.
This is obnoxious.
And it starts to move. And then 2 of them at the same time. Natural one, 19 to hit.
Yeah.
So you go to block one and block it, and the other one hits you on the back. You take You take 3 bludgeoning damage. It continues to turn. And 2 of the spears, 2 more attacks. 17 to hit,
Nope.
15 to hit.
Nope.
And you sort of... and one of them goes by. And then it starts to turn faster. And this orb's kind of... and the weapons are kind of like moving up overhead and... 3 of the spears go out. 16 to hit.
No.
Natural 20. And 12 to hit.
Just one.
So, cling, cling, and then one of them kind of catches you on the side of the head.
Ow.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage. As it sort of hits you across the jaw, and you bring the shield back up. And they continue to turn. And then a couple swords come down. 18 to hit.
Nope.
14 to hit.
Nope.
As it kind of flies by. And finally, it seems like it goes into one last... and it spins really fast, and the weapons are like coming out in a blur, a kind of flurry.
Come on, kid.
Double 19 to hit. 2
Oh,
of 19. And then 14 to hit.
No.
6 to hit.
No.
And 5 to hit.
No.
So, and you get hit by 2 of them. You take 3 bludgeoning damage and then 4 bludgeoning damage.
One left.
Thank God.
Jesus Christ.
And you're holding it up and and you can hear there's like sparks flying off the shields. And you get that last block in as the one comes in and kind of hits, and then it
Oh my God.
starts to slow.
My God.
Chug that potion, young lady.
Well done.
And the room gets quiet, and then and it lights up a sort of greenish essence color in the room.
Where's my color?
Wow.
Maybe I just exit.
Okay. And you put the shield down.
And I just like sort of like crawl out. Like,
Oh my God.
I open up and nobody's out there.
No. So we'll go to
Yeah.
so the next
You're
person
gonna be
to
like,
walk
look
in
what I
is
just did.
Safira.
Wow.
And we go to the cube with the target symbol. And it opens up, and there's this sort of long, waist-high stone surface that seems to run all the way from the left side of the room all the way to the right. So it's like this little table that runs all the way across. And resting on this surface is a pair of quivers full of arrows, and a basket filled with darts, and a simple but sturdy longbow, painted green with green feathers that are tied to the ends. And beyond the stone surface, it seems to like disappear into darkness. Like it looks like you know, because you saw the outside, that the room doesn't extend infinitely, but you can't like see the edges of the room. It kind of seems to blur as it gets further out. And you do see in the floor a number of those familiar grooves and tracks that you've seen all over the castle, crisscrossing and zigzagging along the floor.
Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna pick up the quiver and then
You sort of grab the quiver. As soon as you pick up the bow, you hear a little sort of mechanism clicking. And immediately, out of the sort of darkness, some sort of targets start to go across. One target at first, sort of moving slowly across the
I
middle.
wanna
Make an attack roll.
take a shot at it.
Yep.
I'm gonna this is terrible already. Is it the same stuff?
It's the same as your longbow, yeah, it would have the same modifiers.
13 to hit.
13, great. You fire, and the first one, it's moving slowly enough that you sort of catch it on the side, and it continues to move, and it moves all the way across, kind of into the darkness on the other side. And there's a little bit of
Got
wait,
him.
and then, and 2 of them come across, one from the left, one from the right.
Can I try to put 2 arrows in? Can I try?
Make an attack roll, yeah.
2 arrows.
You can also just fire
I
twice.
know. I want it to be cool.
Yes,
I
it's
saw
cool.
Jillian do it.
Give me
all the
2
arrows
attack
in the
rolls
Okay.
at the same time, and give me, your modifier is +7, right?
Yes.
Give me +5 instead, because you're firing 2 out of 1 bow.
Okay.
Trying to be cool.
Yeah. So
Because
2
it's
rolls,
better.
but add 5 instead of 7.
Great. 1 is a natural 1.
And
So,
what was the other one?
16.
16, great. So you take the 2, and you sort of line the bow up horizontally and fire, and one of them sticks into the target, and the other one sort of flings into the darkness and goes across. And as it gets all the way to the other end, you hear a kind of noise. And then more targets appear. And this time, instead of sort of moving across, they kind of, one comes down in the corner, and one kind of pops up. 3 targets come up.
Okay, I'm gonna fire separate arrows this time because that injured my pride.
Go ahead, make 3 attack rolls.
I think it's like an amazing
No, it is not.
Oh, it's not?
It's fine.
Okay, so 18.
Yeah.
I can't do that math.
26.
Thank
18,
you.
26. And the third one, don't add anything because you're firing as quickly as possible.
2.
2, great. So you fire one, another,
It's like-
and the third one, it's the target is already going down as you fire the third arrow, and it goes over the top of it, and it sinks back on the floor, and you hear a, and then
Oh my god.
there's a little opening in the sort of stone surface that's in front of you, and it sort of clicks open. There's like a little, like on a hinge, like a little piece of stone on a hinge, and you open it up a little bit, and inside is a green blindfold. And the whirring continues, but no targets appear yet.
Okay, I'm gonna take the blindfold and kind of
Wow.
put on the blindfold.
Put on the blindfold and tie it in the back. And it's dark. And you're holding the bow, and you hear, this time the targets appear and they make like a little noise as they appear. It's kind of a like, bling, and you can hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
You're
fire
firing at the noise. You gotta
the
fire
noise.
with disadvantage at the target. But you can still add the full modifier. But it's with disadvantage.
12 to hit.
12 to hit. You sort of listen, fire, and you can hear it.
Yeah! You did it.
And you wait, and there's a and another noise.
Okay, and then I'll
Fire with
at that
disadvantage.
one. 10 to hit.
10. You fire and you listen. No noise. And you hear a and the room lights up with a reddish color.
Oh no.
As you remove. Yeah.
Batting 500 here, boys and girls.
So Safira is heading back out to the main room. We're gonna go over to the spellbook cube.
Oh.
Okay.
There might be some
Okay.
simultaneous
Or
things
me,
going
or
on.
me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You enter in to a room to find a complex network of pipes in a kind of grid pattern. In each section of the pipe, which are typically about 3 feet in length, and occasionally different shapes, there's some in an L shape, there's sort of some straight.
Oh.
They look like they're attached to loose portions of the floor that can be rotated.
Yup.
And on each end of the network of pipes, there's 3 wide basins painted 3 different colors: red, yellow, and blue. The red basin has a flame symbol that's sort of etched into it. The yellow one has a lightning bolt, and the blue one a snowflake. It looks a little something like this.
You can
Wait, I get my own title?
Wow.
With no one to yell at you.
I know, no one can even yell at you.
This asshole built a castle for children that kills people.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
This is what it looks like.
Wow.
So you are standing on this side. So you're here,
Okay.
looking out this way.
Okay. Great.
So, in addition, near the entrance, there's a lectern that's off of here. It's not on here.
Yeah.
And as you go over to the lectern, there's a stack of 5 pages that seem to be pulsing with energy. And upon closer inspection, it appears to be 5 copies of the Chromatic Orb spell scroll.
Okay.
So you can walk up to these things and you can sort of touch them and rotate them in different directions.
Oh my god. Look at this toy. Look
Yeah.
at this toy.
Yeah.
So, Orba's in here with the pipes. Do you sort of understand what you're doing?
Yes, I'm trying to get yellow to yellow, red to red, and blue to blue.
I'm gonna give this to you.
And you're gonna fiddle.
So, know that you can only pick up one at a time. So you can only rotate them. You can't pick one up and swap it with another one.
Sure,
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a Rubik's Cube.
Do you mind if I put my water
I'm
in?
so jealous. I love puzzles.
I get the
We
puzzle!
needed you in that room.
You hear Orba
That's
go,
true.
puzzle! And then that's
You
it.
And I'm
can't
like, oh, puzzle.
We're gonna go over
You
to
can't speak.
Yeah.
the wrestling.
You're literally almost dead. The wrestling.
Graven is getting himself.
You got your onesie on?
And the wrestling room,
Yeah.
you walk in, and again, you didn't know this because you weren't with her, but you can see this thing in the center, and beyond that, it seems to extend into darkness, even though you know that it does have a finite end. And it has a raised square platform in the middle, with some kind of reddish clay that it's made out of. It's kind of soft on top. there's a large circle.
Shut up, I'm trying.
There's a large circle that just
Hear
about
the
reaches the
peeling.
edges of this platform. And in the center, currently suspended in a pose with thick arms raised out, is an intricate painted sculpture of the same half-orc man you've seen all over the castle. But this time as an impressive physical specimen. He's shirtless and he has these like bulging muscles and he's holding his arms out. He's wearing a loose pair of black trousers that's belted at the waist with a red sash. And there's this sort of circle around him. He's in the middle of this circle on the raised platform.
Graven's gonna take off his shield, take off his shirt.
Wow.
And put all his stuff down his bag and everything until he's just in his in his pants. And
it's getting spicy.
Step up on
Very
top.
spicy.
Get steamy in the wrestling.
Step up on top of it.
Mood music, please.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You step up in there. It doesn't move
Nothing
yet.
happens. What's the pose?
So he's like this. He's like
this?
he's got his arms out. Yeah, you could like lace your fingers. You could grab him by the he's got his hand.
I'll kind of reach over and like grab his forearms.
Great, start grabbing it. And as soon as you touch him, you can hear the room kind of kicking to life.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately you feel a sort of shunk as it like gets into position and it's pushing against you. Give me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving, huh?
That's the right person for that, right?
19.
19. So it immediately jumps to life and it tries to sort of push, and as it does, you dig your feet into the soil and you withstand the thing. What are you doing now?
Okay, real quick, is it suspended? Is it on tracks?
It's not on a track. It seems to be like floating just above the ground. It seems to kind of have a magical way of moving about at least this space. It seems to be,
And we are right now like pretty much right in the middle.
Yeah, you're like locked in the middle.
Okay. First thing is I'm just gonna as hard as I can.
Give me an athletics check.
Straight back at it. Athletics. 15.
15, 11 on him. So you give it a good push and you dig one foot in and push him and he starts to get to the edge and he sort of spins and tries to have you go by him as he spins out of the way. Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. 12.
12, okay. So he spins and you go forward a little bit as you're sort of caught off balance, but then you kind of go back and you grapple him.
Okay.
And you're not near the edge of the circle, but he spun you a little bit to the outside. So now he's kind of on the interior.
He's on the interior and I'm kind of to the side.
Yeah, there's still a few feet to the edge of the circle.
Okay, can I kind of wrap one arm around him and just start again like pushing him backwards towards the edge?
Give me another athletics check.
16.
9. So you give him a good push and you start to push him all the way across and you get to the center and then you dig in and you push again and it gets him further and he's close to the edge of the circle now. You give him a good push and he's probably another couple feet to the edge of the center and you see one of his arms kind of go up and he tries to reach over and like grab you on the other side to like pull you around.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check to contest his.
Come on, bud.
Oh, it's a 1!
1. So he grabs you and he pulls you to the other side and you kind of lose your balance and you're right at the edge and he's kind of he senses you. Yep, give me an acrobatics check. Actually, give me a dexterity saving.
Dexterity saving.
Sort of lurching towards you.
20, natural 20.
Oh, yeah! What a good comeback!
Lurches towards you
and I'll try to go right
you
behind him.
sidestep and push him and he topples over the edge and he and the room glows green.
He's gonna like whip the sweat off my face and like.
And you can see the figure like lying there just on the ground, motionless.
Yeah. Put up a good fight. And I get back and start getting my stuff back on.
And we will go over.
So I guess everyone left and Erland's like, I guess I'll take the horses.
No one's there to see that.
Like it's just, okay.
Over.
Fun.
It's not my...
And you pass through the door with the horse symbol.
Okay.
And it quickly latches behind you as other people.
What does he know about horses?
And the room is very, very dark. And if you hadn't seen it from the outside, again, you get that sense that it kind of extends infinitely. You don't have a sense of how big the room is from the inside. We'll get to you. And even with dark vision, the black seems to swallow up the perimeter of the room. And there's a single light shining down from above that illuminates a prop horse well constructed, fairly complex in design. It seems like the main body and the neck and the legs are all separate pieces that seem like they can move and are hinged together to simulate movement. And there's a long brass rod that runs left to right, piercing the body of the horse in the middle. It sort of has a, to use a modern term, like a foosball-like appearance. It has that sort of rod through the middle. And it's standing there, sort of in a faux running pose.
In like the center of the room?
Yep.
Proceed sort of like that towards the horse. He doesn't really know what he's doing here, but he's going to go to the horse and he's going to sort of put a hand on it.
It does not react to just your hand touching it.
Give it like a pet on the mane. And then sort of like treating it as if it's a real horse, he's going to sort of get on the side and gently kind of hop on top of it. And
you get up. And it's not comfortable, but the structure is pretty well constructed in a way that it's not like, not that you saw this, it's not like the jousting horse that was like 2 sheets of wood. It has pretty good, it's carved well. It has like a good feel to it. And immediately there's sort of a, and it has this kind of rocking motion. It's moving forward. And it starts to get faster.
Oh my god. As if it's moving forward.
Yes, as if it continues to stay in one place.
Yeah.
It seems like the rod is moving up and down.
Great.
So it continues to move. And there's these horse noises, but they're not really coming from the horse. It seems like the room has the noise. Give me an animal handling check as the horse begins to speed up.
13.
And the horse gets faster. And it seems like coming out of the darkness towards you is a large log that kind of moves along the floor. And it's quickly coming towards you.
It's been a while since Erland's ridden a horse, like like in a sort of agile circumstances.
Yep.
And he's going to sort of do the things required to sort of make the horse jump.
Pull back, jump, give me an animal handling check.
That's not one.
Pull the horse, and you're a little too late. Your reflex is a little slow. It comes very quickly at you, and it sort of catches the horse. And the horse doesn't break; it's built to withstand, but it does make a sort of like sort of clashing sound as it goes by, and you hear boo, and it starts to ride. And this time, a couple objects kind of come. One on the right side, and one on the left, and it seems like you might need to weave the horse.
Oh, so could I conceivably, without moving the horse, just duck and weave out of it?
No, you do need to move the horse.
Okay, so then, he'll weave it out.
Give me one more animal handling check.
Slithery, slimy.
Oh no.
8. You hit off the side of it, and it almost knocks you off the horse. Give me a dexterity saving throw on the second one.
10?
10. You just managed to go by as the second sort of obstacle gets by, and immediately after that, instead of moving along the ground, there's sort of a branch that's moving along the top. This time you don't need to move the horse, you have to duck out of the way. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
20, dirty 20.
20. So you duck out of the way, and it sort of is quiet for a moment, and then it seems to speed up a little more. And it gets a little faster. And this time, there's another sort of, instead of 2 pillars, there's 3. It sort of requires you to weave back and forth. Give me an animal handling check.
There's only one burn so far.
22?
No, there was 2. Oh, okay. Yes. 22. Great. So weave, and then the third one comes in really fast, and you pull out of it at the last second. And then there's one more log coming up along the bottom. It's got to jump one more time.
So everyone's going to jump the
horse. Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, 5.
And you go, and again, once again, you just don't time it right, and it clips off the bottom, and then and the room lights up red.
And pats
Well,
you've got a lot of
pats the horse.
So I need 3.
Hops off.
We return to the spellbook room.
Oh my god.
Why do you say it like that?
I just hope that you're confident. I have hopes.
Looks right.
So, Orba has moved these pipes. She's shifting them around.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do next?
Okay, so they're all there. Can you tell me, because I don't want to be wrong, describe to me chromatic orb?
Oh, yes. Actually, I have it for you. Sorry, I should have.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, first of all, location, range 90 feet.
So you can create, I'll give you the brief, you can create an orb of different types of energy. You can make acid, fire, cold, lightning, poison.
Yeah.
Any of those things.
Okay. And there's only 5. So.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take the first of the chromatic orb spell scrolls, take out my crystal. Oh gosh, wait. Do I need spell slots for these? Oh wait, no, spell scroll. I'm so dumb. God, I had a moment of panic. Okay, so I'm going to create a lightning orb.
Great.
And I guess, can I like have it float, or do I place it in the basin?
You can direct it towards the base, yeah.
I'll direct it to the basin closest to me that is
So
marked
you take the
for
scroll
lightning.
and you start to summon the energy. There's a little crackling of lightning energy. You need to give me a DC 11.
Excuse me.
What is your spell casting ability? Intelligence?
My spell save is always a 13. Is that what
No,
you're
no, no.
looking for?
Your spell. As a wizard, your spell casting modifier is
Yeah,
intelligence.
it's 5.
Yes. So you got to give me an intelligence check.
Okay. 7.
7. You go to, and the energy crackles a little bit, and then you try to sort of siphon it into one spot, and the lightning crackles off to the side, and the thing disintegrates in your hands.
Okay. Okay, Orba. Okay, Orba. Okay, Orba. She's gonna take another spell scroll, cast lightning again.
Give me another one.
Careful with it. That's 20.
20. This time,
18.
18. This time you sort of, and the lightning comes around your fingertips, and it spirals into a ball, and you direct it into the yellow basin.
Yep.
And you see the energy. I'll go to the.
My beautiful work.
Ooh, it looks cool from the top.
You can see it moving through the pipes.
Oh my god, that looks awesome.
And it gets to the other basin that kind of, and the basin crackles, and it stays lit on the other side with a sort of
That's, like, really
crackling
cool
lightning energy.
Okay. Good job, Orba. Good job, Orba. Okay. Next, let's do the fire. So I'll take another chromatic orb spell scroll, and I'll start to cast fire.
And this time, instead of crackling energy, there's a sort of warm color of flames that spirals around. Give me another roll.
Nat 20.
Yes. And she
Killing it.
sort of feeling the energy, she summons it into a ball and puts it in. And that one sort of lights up on the other side.
Okay. Good job, Orba. Good job, Orba. Next is gonna be. I'm assuming cold. I'll go ahead and get another spell scroll and
Again,
cast cold.
crackling of the fingertips as the sort of wind and cold energy is summoned. Give me another roll.
It's a natural one.
And she goes to move it, and it dissipates at your fingertips and kind of disappears into the room.
There's only one more spell scroll.
Yep, there's only one spell scroll left. Okay, Orba takes it and looks at it, gives it the kiss, and goes, "Come on, Orba! Come on, Orba!" And casts it again for
Come on,
cold.
You got this. You got this. I'm channeling
Oh,
from
my
the outside.
sweet baby Jesus. Yes, that's a 16.
And the energy, it shapes into kind of this almost snowball with these sort of crackling little snowflakes kind of falling off of it, and you direct it in.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And the room
We did it!
into a greenish color.
Suck it, Josco! Yes! Okay, Orba, no spell scrolls left, so she's sad that there's no spell scrolls left over.
That's very sad.
That's very sad. She's gonna leave her room feeling real good.
You enter back into the other room. People have kind of gathered a little bit.
Who stinks? You stink.
Graven's still
You
kind of
stink.
like.
Suppose I stink.
You stink.
Graven's still buttoning up his tunic, like.
What happened in your room, Graven?
Great success.
Orba's really uncomfortable. Okay.
Beezaura's like,
Can't beat him, join him.
She's leaned over, like cuts all over her.
What
She's like,
happened to you?
I did it, but not unscathed, I'd have to say.
Yeah. Do you need
Do you have a potion on you?
assistance?
I have a healing potion.
Well, it is a time to take it.
She takes the healing potion.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
I said in character.
Yeah, these guys. Or here, yeah, use that one.
Yeah, those are weird.
It's a little easier.
2. 2d4 plus 2. So 6.
You can keep that.
That is not even good.
I don't have any.
Something.
Oh, you don't have to
Better
go.
than one.
True.
It's just for information.
Okay.
I don't have that anymore.
Alright. Pops the potion, gives it a swig, feels a little bit of her energy return to her.
A little bit. Dry that blood.
So the cubes are different colors now. There's like greens. And
The
reds.
interior was kind of glowing, yeah, and the doors are open now, so you can see the interior. You can see that 2 of them are red and 3 of them are green.
3 out of 5.
That's what we need, is correct?
We did it.
All right.
You have the keys in your hand, and there's still the hooks on the obelisk.
So we put them back on.
Okay.
And as you put it on, those of you who completed it, it sort of glows green at the key there, and you put it back green. You put each of the keys back.
Good job.
I had the puzzle, I solved it.
And there's a rumbling. And then the obelisk slides across the floor to reveal a hole in the ground. And rising from the hole is this kind of metal rod that surges up towards the ceiling. And as it does, a number of flat metal pieces kind of...
Oh!
And it makes this spiraling staircase, flower sort of look to it.
Ladder.
And it goes all the way up to the ceiling, where there's an opening in the ceiling that retracts, and it goes up.
Let's make haste.
Shall we? Let's go.
Let's go.
And it's kind of precarious. There's no railing or anything, so you're kind of holding the middle, and it's like you're moving up. Around.
How tall is the ceiling? Like, how high are we going here?
It's like a 20-foot ceiling, like a 20-foot ceiling.
Cool.
Hang tight.
Hold on tight.
I'm gonna
Who
start out.
is first?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Graven. You get to the top. You poke your head through the opening. And you see this kind of covered stone walkway or patio. A wall on your right side, and then a series of columns on your left. And the walkway extends for a distance, then it makes a 90-degree left turn. And you get the impression that this walkway sort of encompasses this inner area. There's sort of a stone walkway all the way around. And you can see a little bit past the columns, and on your left, it looks like it's a little garden. There's a number of plants, greenery, vines. You can see that. And that's what you can see.
Is it still indoors or is it outdoors?
It seems like the garden portion is uncovered. You can see light coming from above. So right when you get up to the top, there is a roof, but there's a little garden in the middle that has no roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like an atrium?
Yeah.
Come, I think we're coming close to the center.
Okay.
Make your way all the way up. And you rise to where you can see sort of into the garden. And there's a number of pretty flowering bushes, vines creeping up. It does seem like actual flowers as opposed to fake ones. And right in the center of the garden, a large gazebo, which despite not being able to see the top, you have a reasonable inclination, given the shape and the color, that this is the one with the symbol on it that you saw from the outside looking down into the model. Of course, now it's no longer small. It's quite big. It's mostly circular with like a 25-foot diameter. It's a very large sort of wooden gazebo-looking structure.
How much time has passed since we first? I mean, it's
fairly
probably,
real time.
Right,
so probably,
my
yeah,
God.
maybe a little less than real time.
6
4
hours?
hours. Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah.
All right.
We're brilliant.
We don't see. Can we see into the gazebo? Is it pretty open?
Give me a perception, Jack.
Okay.
Do any of these flowers look like flowers problematic flowers I've seen before?
Give me a nature check.
Oh boy.
10.
You know, I'm really good at nature. If you shared your situation with me, maybe I would help.
I'm okay, thanks. 13?
13.
10.
So you take a peek, and it seems pretty empty. There might be a couple benches inside. You don't see any living creatures. And you take a peek around the garden, and it seems to be mostly fairly mundane plants. A number of ones you've seen before, but simple flowers, bushes, things that you've seen a number of times. But something does catch your eye.
Oh.
You see a little bulbous cactus-like plant whose spines seem to flicker between sharp and soft.
Okay.
Does
it
look
like the one that sort of made me like buckle in Grimari's office? Or?
It does look like one of the ones in Grimari's office. Yes.
I see it.
Make a perception check.
Since he's not gonna tell me about it.
Give me a nature check, actually.
Nature. 14.
14. Having gotten pretty up close when you grabbed the other one, that was, that the one that you took was very close to those. It catches your attention right away. You kind of spot it there.
Is Erland feeling anything?
No.
Cool. He says absolutely nothing.
Perhaps we should get a little closer to the gazebo. See if there's any evidence of Josco being here.
Let's go.
So does the pathway run around it, or
Yeah,
is it,
there's this sort of central...
and then we can...
Yeah.
Is there a path within the garden for us, or do we have to like tread on flowers to get to
Oh, you don't have to tread on flower. It's grass. There's grass or
okay.
soil or... Yeah, there's no path. But yes, you don't have to step on the plants. There's room.
Let's go.
Let's make our way.
Hey.
Erland's going to, as much as possible, avoid going near those cacti.
Okay. You can step around them. They're not everywhere. There's just a small patch of them.
Do we notice him being a little weird?
Give me an insight check. Okay.
We'll sneak a sneak.
8.
Yeah, not really. I mean, you guys are all kind of making your way to the gazebo, and it's not the place isn't huge, so it doesn't seem suspicious that he's just slightly off to the side.
Can I like tap one of the cacti with my boot?
Yeah.
Just
You
give it a
tap
little
it, and when you do so, the spines kind of stick out for a
Mhm.
second, and they're like at full spine, and then they slowly go back.
And so does Erland.
Okay, Orba won't do that again.
They weren't at Blom's, were they, those things?
No, they were not.
Okay, what do we see?
There's no one in the gazebo.
There's no
Nothing?
markings or...
The symbol was on the roof, which
Yeah.
you can't. It has a roof, but you can't see the top of the roof at the moment.
Not like a bell of any kind.
Nope.
Shall I take a look at the roof?
Sure. Well, what do we have to lose at this point?
Give me a boost.
Make an athletics check.
Does
Come
there,
on.
Does there seem to be an order to the plants at all?
15.
Nice. Great. So you sort of, she's holding on to one of the sort of one of the sort of edges of the gazebo, and you push her up. You can get up to the top, and I mean, once again, I still have it here.
Yeah.
You can see a giant painted symbol
Yeah.
of put this. Oh, that's not the right one.
Let's see what it's the next page.
This symbol on the top.
Okay. Nothing else on this roof, huh?
Not that you can tell.
Do you see anything else up there?
No, it looks exactly the way it did when we peered down into it in the cabin.
If she looks up from the roof, can she see out of like the bubble?
So if you look up, you can see like that dull, sort of warm glow, like you saw when you first entered. It does seem like this isn't covered, so it looks all the way
Right.
up to the top of.
Does it seem like the light in the cabin's on or off?
Seems like it's on. Seems the same quality as when you first entered.
Did you share what that symbol meant to us?
I don't think I was properly able to identify it in game.
Okay.
You were able to identify it as a magic rune
Yeah,
of some
it's
kind, but
it's
yes.
right.
Anything around us other than flowers?
Oh, I guess if I'm up top, do I have any vantage point or
No,
anything?
it's not. The top of the gazebo doesn't get you above the line of like the walls around the sides, so
Okay.
it doesn't allow you to really see much.
Can Erland just kind of, can I just like scope around the area, just look for anything?
Sure. You walk around sort of the perimeter, the sort of stone walkway, and you find a simple unpainted door, slightly ajar. There's a bit of dim light emanating from inside.
Where is this?
There's a not where you came out, but this walkway goes all the way around the garden, and he followed the path, and somewhere along the wall is another door.
Can Erland listen quietly at the door?
Make a perception check.
Orba sees him wander off. Can someone go keep an eye on that boy?
Yes.
Can I go after him?
22. You hear a little bit of light shuffling, like someone moving about the room.
Did someone say they were coming towards me?
I am.
Yeah, I'm putting my hand out. Over. I'm just putting my hand out before anyone starts to get close.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep tiptoeing towards him.
And I'm gonna try and mouth. The door's ajar?
Slightly, yeah. You'd have to push it open to stick your head in, but
I'm gonna do so.
Give me a stealth check.
Tell me not to come in here.
Yeah, guys, stop moving. There's someone in there. I go into
Let
that
me just
room.
stick my head in
21.
there.
21.
That's why.
I'm still being
What?
As you push, it's quiet.
I failed
It swings open. And you see a half-orc man that you've become very accustomed to seeing at this point. Though the lines in his face and thinning of his hair indicate a man who's maybe been painting a younger or at least slightly idealized version of himself. He's using a curved kind of wooden rod with a length of cloth wrapped around one end as a kind of makeshift crutch. Though he seems far from feeble, he's just kind of nursing an injury. He actually seems fairly spirited. And he's wearing a silk button-up shirt, though currently only one of the buttons is buttoned, and you can see underneath there's like a wrap around his torso that's sort of like holding tight on his torso. And he, at the moment, seems to be like tucking his shirt, and he's like working on the wrap at the moment.
Okay, Erland's gonna put his hands up and take a step back from the door so everyone can see him and go, Josco Tibbets, we're here with Operative Jillian Casivo. Are you all right?
He looks up, and you see the face of this man that you've been staring at.
We have
Yeah, I'm like standing
sort of at the foot of the door.
Yeah,
I'm right next to Erland.
Did you come here to get your pet?
Pardon?
I think I left him in the library if you want to pick him up. Or did you come to finish the job?
And he kind of like cracks his neck a little
Hang
bit.
on, our pet? No, that's not.
We're here with Operative Jillian Casivo. We wanted to get safe transit across the bridge. She told us you were a person we could trust. We found blood in your cabin. Jillian's with us. Are you all right?
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Erland.
It's the truth.
He doesn't know. 8. He kind of looks. And you can see he takes his hand off of his wrap and starts to reach behind.
Can I step in?
Please.
Yeah?
He's telling the truth, sir. We're not here to harm you. We just wanted to cross the bridge safely, and Jillian knew of you and thought you'd be the man for that. When we saw the blood, we wanted to make sure you were right.
Yeah, see, I know you're not lying. Because you failed to resist my spell.
I also
Possibly.
failed to resist the spell. She's telling the truth, and so is he.
And he looks down at his torso.
Happened yesterday. Serves me right, getting complacent out here in the mountains. I heard a banging at the door, opened it like a fool. Usually I take better precautions, but it's been so long since there's been any kind of incident. Ugly bastard pumped me full of spines. Slammed the door. Wasn't able to crawl into my castle before it busted the door down. So it's not yours, huh?
No.
No.
You weren't able to keep him out?
No. You saw me go through the cabinet. Clearly you figured out the same. Did well to get all the way through here. What do you think?
And he looks around at his castle.
Well,
I think
the
it's
jousting was an experience, but came out on top, I guess.
I guess you all, and he sort of looks up and down at your attire.
I guess you all sort of figured out the champion's attire, huh?
We did.
Who did you create this for?
What do you mean? I created it for me.
But but you know the answers to the puzzles.
They're random. They change all the time. When you're a hermit, you're out here, you gotta keep your mind sharp.
Suppose that's true.
Can't get slow, can't get stupid.
So you go through your own puzzle all the time.
You got something better to do in the mountains? I've been adding to this castle for almost 10 years now.
Wow.
How safe are we inside this right now? Jillian stayed outside to keep watch.
Oh, that's good. Jillian, you said, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Jillian.
She speaks highly of you.
Does she?
She knows many of your tales as well.
Yeah. And he actually, as you say that, his smile fades a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, a lot of tales. So what can I do for you?
Well, first off, do you need any healing, sir?
I don't want you healing, I don't want it. I'll be fine.
Does that seem like he's
Make an insight check.
trying to brush us off? 17.
17. I mean, it seems like you can see he seems hurt, but he seems like he's too proud to take your help or isn't going to.
How do we get out of here and go across the bridge?
I can get you across the bridge. There's a fee, though. There's a toll. Everybody pays a toll.
Jillian mentioned this, yes.
Yeah.
It's not impressive enough that we made it all this way.
Why would I care about that? I don't give a shit.
Sure.
Well, we
What
were
might the
actually
toll be?
endeavoring to save your life when we did come in here, but
Does it look like you saved my life? Does that seem...
Yes, he seems quite capable, Safira. What is the toll, sir?
It's 10 per person.
10 gold?
Yeah.
well, we'd be happy to pay.
All right, then I'd
This
be
is the
happy to
first
take you
time this
across.
has happened.
It's not the first time I've ever been attacked. There's black lions out here. They attack you sometimes, but we came to a sort of agreement.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Like that thing? No.
Wait, you said you and the Black Lions came to an agreement?
What is the agreement?
My agreement is that I let them use the bridge. And in exchange, they don't attack me.
You didn't do anything to upset these Black Lions?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around why this strange creature came and attacked you for no
I don't know
particular
that this
reason.
creature is associated with the Black Lions. Do you know that for a fact?
No, I'm just trying to fill in the blanks.
I don't have any blanks to fill in for you. I'm trying to mind my own business.
Are you worried about it being here and among your castle?
I'll take care of it. It's alright. I just need some time. Just need some time to rest.
Last we saw him, he was actually progressing past your bookshelf maze, and he went up a set of stairs that created some kind of sound, and he was in a pool of water.
You guys have been around the castle, huh?
We got a tour, yes.
We're trying to find you.
Up, down, and thrown off the banister, actually.
Yeah, you look a little beat up.
I'm fine.
So you let him out of the library, huh? I got him stuck in there. That was sort of my intention.
No, we didn't lead him out of the library. We led him back outside. We made them go backwards, actually.
That would be out of the library.
I thought he meant progressing through the house.
Well, look, I can get you across. I can get you the key to the bridge, but you do have to get out of here. So if he's out there...
There's no other exit?
There's one other one. It's hard to get to, though.
Where is it?
And he sort of looks up at the ceiling.
It's not accessible by most people's means. Look, you're not going to be able to get that way, so wherever you left this creature, I hope it wasn't somewhere where you can get him out of.
Well,
Could we try the other route, or is it not possible at all?
I don't know. Can you fly?
no.
Not currently.
Can you?
No, but I have other ways.
Is there a way to contact Jillian while she's outside?
No. See, what you're not understanding is that I don't really come in here very often when I have guests. I meet people in the cabin, so I don't need a way to signal them from inside the castle. This was an emergency procedure only.
Well, you don't foresee a way in which we could team up and try to defeat this beast? That way alleviating it from your presence as well as ours?
Oh, I don't give a shit if it's here.
I thought you said you had to get rid of it eventually.
Yeah, I will. I don't need your help for that.
They are incredibly powerful creatures, sir. I do not...
Yeah, it won't catch me by surprise again. I can guarantee that.
Is there anything else in this room that...
It's very simple. There's a bed and a desk and a lamp, like an oil lamp. It's very bare. It seems like...
Does it seem like a quarters, though? Like,
Yeah, I think it's sort of basic quarters.
So, the only way out is the way we came.
So you got a better idea.
How will you activate the bridge? Do you do it from inside the castle?
Let's take a little walk. And you first, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Sort of step back out. He waits for you to kind of move. And he steps out the door and he sort of walks in the direction of the gazebo.
Come on.
He gets up to it. He reaches up, sort of a little pained, and he puts his hands on the edge of the gazebo. And as he breathes out, the gazebo begins to shrink before him, and he brings it down, and it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until it's like about a foot in diameter, maybe less. And he reaches down and he picks it up.
You see that symbol on the top when he holds it out?
Yes.
Yes.
You take this and you bring it to the post outside my house. That'll bring it back to its full size. You get in and you ride it to the other side.
That's fascinating, Josco.
That's the only way
So
across?
it's like a floating
That's the
gazebo.
only way that I bring people across. I'm sure you can jump if you want.
You have to come in here and get it each and every time?
No, this is the backup.
Where's the not backup?
It's broken.
Ah.
By whom?
I don't know.
When did that happen?
Recently. What's with all the questions? You want to get across the bridge or not?
Does it seem like he doesn't know who broke it?
Make an insight check.
So we have to float on
My insight, I think it's a 10. It's a 10.
10. It seems like he definitely has some more info. It's hard to sort of get a gauge on what that is.
Yeah.
You get the sense that his stubbornness is like, He wants to deal with it himself. He's not looking for help or handouts.
Well, as you know, I'm being honest. We've come across these things before, and they sometimes are in pairs.
Okay.
We don't want to meet another one outside, and we don't want another one to come find you again.
So what are you proposing?
I don't know, maybe take care of this one together and all exit together.
And he sort of looks you guys over, and you're all kind of in rough shape, a little beaten up.
Something tells me you're asking me for a favor, not looking for a team up.
We can get past this thing if need be. Really, I don't. You're someone who values your privacy, it seems, and it's someone who you're someone who values privacy and honestly not being disturbed and not getting helped. I understand that.
All right, yeah, all true. So.
But I do not believe that this is the last you'll see of these.
Yeah, well, I'll be ready next time. You can guarantee that.
Do you have any idea what these things are or why they're attacking you?
No.
Does he not?
Make it inside.
14.
As far as you can tell, he does not seem to know.
Do you know what's
Seems fairly confident that he can deal with it, but other than that.
Do you know what's on the other side of that bridge if you travel into the Sharky Mountains?
In what way? In other parts of the Sharky Mountains?
Not exactly, no.
Do you know
why the Black Lions might want to use it?
I'm assuming that you're talking about the Myconid camp. Yeah?
Good, so you do know, yes.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
Things seem to be changing rapidly. There's a lot of violence around it. There's a lot of mysteries and questions, and these beasts
and deaths.
And these beasts seem to be the bringer of a lot of those problems. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it now, but a little cooperation might be useful.
Jillian's got you all trained up real good.
She does, yes.
Yeah, I know what Jillian does. I know what she's all about. I'm still holding out the thing.
Then you know that we're not talking to you or trying to persuade you for any other reason other than it's probably for everyone's own good. This is not an emotional ask.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't have any problem believing that. The problem stands in the fact that I don't really want to risk my life for yours.
My point is there's going to be more of these beasts.
Okay. I appreciate the heads up.
I don't really have much time. It's just
Wish you could back out to Jillian.
do what he says.
Do you want to see Jillian?
No.
Is there a particular reason for that?
I don't want to see Jillian. I don't want to see anybody.
Same question?
Well, I came out here into the mountains so that I wouldn't have to see people.
And yet you run a bridge where you see people every day.
No, I don't see people every day.
You
And I
deal
only
with
run
the
the
Black
bridge
Lions?
because I provide a service so that people don't come here looking for trouble. See, when you do something useful, then people let you stay there. And they don't
And yet
bother
people have come here looking for trouble.
you. Now they have, yeah.
So, don't you think things are changing?
Are you trying to appeal to my morality? 'Cause you're not going to find that here. You won't find that.
Friends,
So he wants to just pay you 10 gold, leave your castle, and leave you be?
I mean, I can live with that, yeah.
There's no other typical tool?
Could I give you, I have quite a small collection of amethyst powder. Would you be in need of any kind of components?
I mean, sure, yeah, I'll take that. It's probably more than 10 gold.
Look,
Well, I'm hoping to cover me and my friends.
why don't we just pay him 10 gold each, and I'm sure Jillian will reimburse us.
That sounds like a plan. Jillian's real nice. You know, she'll pay you back.
I pull out 10 gold, and I'm not going to give it to him, but I'm going to, like, show it to the group. I got my 10
I have
gold.
no problem just paying so we can just keep the mission moving.
I was hoping to use the gold to copy spells into my spell book, so.
Erland's going to pull out another 10
And he
gold.
looks at Orba for a little bit.
Spells? You some kind of wizard, some kind of sorcerer? What's your problem?
Yeah, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, where'd you train?
I haven't. I'm self-taught.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah,
right
yeah, I
now.
just realized. I forgot. Yeah.
So you open your mouth and the words kind of get caught in your throat.
I've never really officially studied any place.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Where did you study?
I studied under a number of wizards up north, mostly.
Up north?
Yeah.
Is there a school up north?
There's a lot of schools up north. I don't train at the schools, though. I usually try to meet with the masters outside of school. That's where you learn the good stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of good stuff?
Spells they don't teach you anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Take a look around.
Did you learn any spells from a dwarf with a white beard?
Looks at you for a second. What are you talking about, dwarf with a white beard?
The only other cutout in this place, other than yourself.
Boy, you guys really took a look around, huh?
Did a little bit of
We were here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Grimari. He's not a wizard, though. Didn't learn from him.
Why is
That's
he a cutout?
Grimari,
Yeah.
huh?
Interesting.
Why is he a
Why
cutout?
is he the only cutout that's not you?
Grimari came here a couple years ago. He came to visit me.
So you made he made him his own cutout.
Well, I didn't just make him his cutout. You see, the cutouts all have times printed on them. It's how quickly you complete the obstacles. And Grimari's pretty good. He was able to complete the obstacles pretty fast. When he did it, it was originally his second best time. I've since beat it a couple times since then, but...
It's a leaderboard.
What was our time?
What was our time? Do you know?
In the maze?
Well, upon entering from the front door properly, I
I
suppose.
don't think we completed the part that
I
was
haven't
timed.
checked in on it, so I can't tell you that yet.
I bet we did really well.
Well, it's the just to be clear, the
You know
leaderboard-
that the puzzles are supposed to be completed by one person at a time, not 5 at a time.
Is that cheating?
Yeah, that's cheating.
Well, we didn't really have much of an option.
Well, then consider us cheaters.
All right.
Erland's gonna look at Orba. We're outside in the garden.
Yeah.
And he's going to look at Safira, Beezaura, and Graven and say, I think we should give them privacy for just a moment.
Why?
Wizards can talk about things sometimes. Let's go to the other side of the garden, shall
I'm
we?
not even going to pretend to understand
Shall
why.
we
but
get a
I'm-
move on?
Let's give our wizard a moment to perhaps learn something. Shall we?
Did she say she wanted to?
Orba, would you like to learn something, perhaps?
Yes.
Let's give her some privacy, shall we?
Okay, let's
be
go.
right over
I'm
here.
gonna. Then I'll kind of help.
Oh, but if you need us.
I holler. I'll be fine.
You guys start to walk away, sort of
Just out of earshot into the garden somewhere.
She gives Erland a little nod.
You can start hollering if you want. I don't have anything to say.
No, he knows things about me that I probably wouldn't be willing to share in front of a group, but I
Seems like a really tight-knit group you all have here.
not exactly. We haven't known each other very long, actually, but
Alright, sure, yeah, whatever.
been through enough garbage.
Okay.
I didn't wish to lie to you, but I'm from the Halls of Transmutation. But I was a servant.
Okay, yeah. It's a pretty good school. They teach a lot of people there.
Yeah? Is it good? It's a good school?
It depends who you learn from, I guess. Some people better than others.
Do you know anybody who teaches there?
Yeah.
Do you know, by any chance, a woman named Salandriel?
Yeah, I know Solandra, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you know her?
A lot of people know Solandra.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a good way?
I guess so. It depends on what you mean by good. Her brother lives up in the north.
I know. That's where I'm heading, actually.
Okay. Can tell her brother you said hi then, I guess.
She's the one who taught me.
Good a
Secretly.
teacher as any, I suppose.
I find it so. I wish my training could have lasted a little longer, to be honest, but
Why are you going up there?
Orba just stays quiet with a smile.
You know, Cliff, her brother, He's got an assistant.
Yeah?
His name is Celis.
Celis?
Yeah. Now, he's a powerful wizard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good information to have. Anything else you can help me with? I'm kind of flying blind a little bit here.
I don't know, I got this gazebo you can take across the bridge. Other than that.
Josco, you're funny.
Yeah, and he gets sad again. Yeah, I've been told that sometimes.
Josco, this house is so fun. I was anticipating meeting somebody who's a bit more bright, but you seem very sad.
Yeah, because you heard the stories, right? You heard the stories of Josco. Probably heard the nickname, Josco Bumslave Tibbets. You probably heard the stories.
I've heard two.
Yeah, they don't tell the ends of those stories, though. They just tell the good parts. What story did you hear?
The one up north with the prince and the betrothed?
Lord Raimi Purinoi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, right? How I got them to pay for me, married the daughter, killed the guy. It's all good stuff. Of course, they don't tell the part where, when I had to report back to the Shade Assembly, Lord Raimi Purinoi killed his own daughter.
Why?
Why do you think? We tricked him. Didn't think that somebody would stoop that low, but then here we are.
Did you ever avenge it?
The thing about being an operative is you have to be neutral. Always. All the time. If I ever go back there, I risk bringing the wrath of the Shade Assembly upon me.
Well, but you can't have your own personally driven goals like Jillian, how she goes after these camps?
Yeah, but Jillian's camps, see, they don't have anything to do with any job she's ever taken. The job binds you. It's the operative oath.
That's why you stopped?
Yeah.
I understand.
No, you don't.
You're right. Well, I'm sorry that this is where you find yourself now.
It works for me. It's all right. It's fine.
Okay. I
You gonna
encourage
take this thing or what?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you for
He
the
holds it out.
I'll take it. Thank you for the information about the north. It's very helpful. If by any chance you ever see her, let her know I'm okay.
Alright, sure, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna, but alright, yeah.
Okay.
You got a name or something?
Salandriel.
No, you got a
me.
name.
Sorry. I'm Orba.
Alright. Sure. Your friend over there, the big one, where he studied under Grimari or something? He's a friend of his?
Graven, the Goliath?
Yeah, sure. He's the one who said, what's up with the dwarf with the white hairs?
No, it just stood out to him that it was the only cutout, not you.
Alright.
Why? Would you like to know if somebody studied under Grimari?
No, I don't care.
Can I tell if that's true?
Sure. Make an insight check.
I am sweating so bad. 13.
I mean, he definitely perked up in a way that makes it seem like, I mean, there was some kind of interaction between the two of them, so Graven's interest in it interested him, but it's hard to pick up on what that might be.
Were you and Grimari friends?
I wasn't friends with Grimari. I don't have friends. And even if I was friends, Grimari's not the kind of guy I would be friends with.
Because he's a liar?
Grimari is a lot of things. Lying, yeah, that's one of them. See, Grimari came to visit me because he was looking for something.
What was he looking for?
Grimari was looking for asylum with the Shade Assembly.
Meaning?
I mean, he was looking for protection. He thought he was in danger.
In danger from what?
I don't know. He never told me that, and I didn't ask.
And you did not accept the contract?
That was long after I became retired from being an operative. There's no accepting of contracts. But I didn't want the Shade Assembly coming to check in on me any more than I'm sure they already do. They never leave you alone for the rest of your life. So I refused to help him. But I gave him a couple names that I thought might be useful to him.
Who?
I Gave him the name Winston Muldoon, who's a former operative.
The vulture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kamari was looking for former operatives because he thought they might be able to help him, so I directed him to him. I don't know where he is, but I gave him the name. The other name I gave him was Valka Lavinia.
Okay. Do you know his moniker by any chance?
Valka's not an operative.
Valko's not an operative?
No.
Okay.
You should ask your girl Jillian. They go way back.
What does he do if he's not an operative?
He's a school teacher, I think, now.
Oh, where?
He took 2.
Oh, okay. We might be going to Tuk-Tu soon, so...
Alright, sure.
Okay. That's a lot of information, thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
You're fascinating, Josco. Okay. I guess I'm good.
Alright, we'll call your friends back. I don't care.
Okay, friends, come back in, please.
We're ready to go.
Everyone's kind of like, like pretending to like
Yeah, I'm
look
like
at other stuff.
looking at a piece of grass. Like, wow. Are we ready?
Yes, thank you. It was a nice chat. Thank you.
Wonderful.
I have the gazebo if we wish to continue. Do we want to ask our friend any other questions?
I'm good.
Good luck.
This, why all the children's books?
They're shorter. I memorize them. I know them all front to back. That's how I do the challenge at the front with the clothing. You don't use the book as a reference. You remember them.
Do the children's books help with the other puzzles, or?
No. They just help with my cognition. Long-term memory for the clothing, and then there's short-term memory up on the balcony where you do the, little manners part.
So you memorize the children's books to practice then?
Yeah.
Do you know Genevieve Riley?
I know who she is.
We had a drink with her. She's lovely.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine. You know how much I like guests, so I'm not really looking to meet her.
Yeah, clearly.
You do all this just to stay sharp.
Yeah, well, evidently I need to kick it up a notch.
Or we're just also very smart.
I didn't mean you.
And he looks down at his sort of torso where the wrap is.
What? You're no longer an operative, right? So you don't have to keep any of the operative secrets anymore, do you?
You don't know how it works.
All right, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not an operative. I'm not bound by their laws, but there's a lot of things that I can't do, not if I don't want the Shade Assembly to come find me.
What was Jillian's code name?
Can't tell you
Is
that.
Jillian's code name.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, you can't tell the name of an active operative.
Even if you're not presently an operative?
Unless you want guests.
Oh, that's fair.
He doesn't want guests.
Yes.
Definitely doesn't want
That
guests.
feels like dangerous information. I don't want that.
It's a good one, though. I like it.
Nothing is
Jillian?
as good as yours, surely.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, if no one has anything else to say, I think we should get moving.
Josco, if I come back, will you teach me some things?
No, probably not.
I'll wear you down.
All right.
I'm very persistent. Okay, friends?
Any
Should
advice
we-
about sneaking out of here?
No.
Just back the way we came then, yes?
Sure, yeah, the doors should be open, so it should be easier to get out than it was to get in.
Okay.
All right. Guess we're going.
Wish us luck, Josco.
He looks around. He kind of gives a little nod.
Wait, did we pay him?
We did not.
No. He holds his hand out.
Sorry, guys.
He would have asked.
Here you go. 10 gold.
10 gold, yeah.
Everyone give him some 10.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Jillian's going with you across this bridge, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Another 2 each.
Sure.
Sure.
So 12. Josco, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Thanks for the fun. I love being a champion.
Nice job.
Stay alert.
Thank you.
Did this Grimari leave anything when he came here? Did he leave anything behind?
No, I didn't let him stay for very long, so he didn't leave anything behind.
Do you have any copies of his books by any chance?
Why do you want to know?
It's a very long story. Do you want to know the whole story?
No, I don't. And I don't have any of them.
Does he seem to... Can I see if that's true?
Sure, make an insight check.
Oh my god. Guys.
22?
It seems like he's lying. He doesn't even seem to be trying all that hard to hide it.
It would be very useful to us.
Well, that sounds great, but I don't have one, so...
What can we give you?
You can't give me anything because I don't have it.
It will prevent other creatures from coming to you in all likelihood if we have a copy of his GGG first edition.
You'll be left alone.
You'll certainly be left alone.
Well, I don't have it, so I can't help you.
Josco,
Fuck's sake.
please. It will greatly aid us in preventing other creatures from attacking you.
Well, if I find a copy, I'll let you know. Send a little owl or something.
You're gonna send us an owl if you find a copy.
No, I probably won't. I just said that.
No, but you clearly have one.
No, I clearly don't. You've been through the library. Did you see a copy of...
Doesn't mean I
Your
can be
fake
anywhere else.
library, your miniature library.
You can go take another look if you want.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. You've been a massive help, Josco.
Do you know where we could get one that wasn't yours?
There's copies of them. Big libraries have them. Chupa, Tuk-Tuk, Disillusion.
Is there a reason you're being deliberately withholding?
Safira.
That's just kind of my thing, I think.
Okay. Why don't we take the tiny boat and leave? The gazebo, whatever it is. He's not giving us the book. Do you want to what? Attack him for it?
No, I don't want to.
Safira, shut up.
Well,
In-
on that note,
Sophia, I'm glad I got your name, so I remember you. That's good.
I don't think he wants to remember us either way.
Orba's looking at you. What's
Yeah, I
going
know.
on?
Erland,
In Dwarven, do you understand me?
And he speaks back to you, Nora.
Yeah.
I studied under Grimari for a very long time. Do you know Marvin Bishop?
I know that he was Grimari's apprentice, yeah.
Have you ever met Marvin Bishop?
Just so you know, you're saying names, which don't translate. Which
Oh, they don't. It doesn't have a.
it's a name.
I mean, you can back up and not use
Okay, then. Do you know Grimari's assistant? I'm fine saying.
Yeah, I know his apprentice, yeah.
I believe his apprentice's life is in danger. In fact, I don't believe this. I know his apprentice's life is in danger.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a shame.
And I know that if we have a copy of GGG First ED, there is a chance to save his life.
Good luck with that. That sounds rough.
Josco Tibbets, I know you have a copy of GGG First Edition in this place.
This is a weird little conversation we're having. Everybody's looking at us while we
I don't
speak
particularly
and
care
all
in this
that.
moment. Where is it? I'll get it myself. I don't care if it means fighting one of those creatures. I will get that book if you just tell me where it is.
And he speaks in common.
What makes you think that I care about Marvin Bishop, Grimari's apprentice?
I thought maybe you would want to save someone's life of a friend you care about. Erland says that in common.
Remember the part where Grimari's not my friend? I don't give a shit about Grimari.
Is there anyone you do give a shit about other than yourself?
Himself. Yeah.
Back in Dwarven, why are you protecting this book?
I'm not protecting something I don't have.
And he continues to speak in common.
How much gold?
Well, I can't sell you something that I don't have, so...
Why do you continue to lie when I know that not to be the case?
I don't have it.
Erland, I feel like you're going to be dancing in this server for quite a while.
And at this moment, the light goes out above you. Josco looks up.
What does that mean?
Does that mean one of our
That means
friends
she's
is
let
here?
go of it.
Means that somebody's in the cabin.
We should go.
We really should go. If someone's in the cabin, we really should.
Fine.
Erland.
You've been mostly helpful. Good luck.
I strive to be that way.
Yeah, turn around and start going.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
You guys start to walk?
Yeah.
Yes. Orba gives him a wave.
Goodbye.
And as you start to walk, you hear, and the ground starts to shift and slide beneath your feet. And you can see Josco sort of look around, and he grabs onto like a pillar and he hugs it, and you can see him start to whisper something, and a little sphere appears
over to him,
and he steps up onto it, so the ground is like shifting.
Yeah.
And it's starting to slide and turn. Give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh my god. Come on. Oh my god. 8.
Natural 20.
12.
11.
Great. So the ground starts to shift. You're able to sort of position yourself in a way that you're sliding down.
Away from him?
Yes, away from him, but it's sort of, you're not doing it in a way where you're tumbling. You're able to sort of catch yourself. And he reaches into his pocket and he grabs something.
Help us out of here!
And he points to each of you, and you can feel as you're about to fall backwards, as the ground is about to turn vertical, you sort of... and you start to fall slowly.
Can we orient ourselves at all? Like
you're
grasping it at the ground?
Not yet, so you're sort of moving through the air. And the whole ground is now sort of tilted vertically.
Yep.
So Josco's standing on this sort of disc that he's created, and the rest of you are falling sort of very slowly.
Okay.
And he takes a piece of copper wire out of his pocket, and he points at Orba, and he speaks, and you're able to hear it through the message spell.
The back right corner. That's the other way out. You better get going.
And you start to move, and you're falling slowly through the use of the Featherfall spell that you're able to recognize. And you're sort of falling slowly, and you're moving, and you can see the whole thing has started to tilt almost upside down. And finally, the thing has rotated almost entirely 180 degrees. So you can see the castle floating away from you above. And a number of other things are starting to fall down from the castle. Some cutouts that were loose are like tumbling down.
Faster than us.
Yeah, they go well down.
Do we see Plant Man?
You do not. He was indoors, or no, you don't know exactly where he was.
Okay.
So,
Do we see any books?
you see a number of things tumbling through the air,
Start
and you
reading
can't
them
orient it.
midair.
And you start falling, and finally you hit the ground, and you look behind you, and there's nothing there. It's like a glassy, sort of foggy glass.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah, you can. So you're on the ceiling that has been flipped
Okay.
upside down.
Okay.
And you're all the way at the
Yeah, as
bottom.
Orba lands, she just says, "Follow me," and I run. I don't say anything. I just say, "Follow me."
I follow her.
Right?
Okay.
You guys are running.
I run
And
to the
as
back
you're
right
running,
corner.
there's like, like things are falling, like pieces of the castle,
Yeah.
cutouts, all these things falling out of the thing. Give me dexterity saving throws as you guys are dodging out of the way.
18.
8.
3.
8.
So everyone who got below 12 takes
I can't.
3 bludgeoning damage. As things are like the one chair kind of crashes next to you, and all these things are trickling out. You guys are sort of dodging and running. You're moving to the direction where he told
Yep,
you.
back right
So you
corner.
guys start to move, and you get further and further and further, and you get to the corner. You look over your shoulder, and you see
Feather falling?
the plant guy tumbling out and hits the ground, and you can see like some limbs kind of go flying. It seems like he hit it like full force down on the ground, and it seems like he kind of splatted.
Near-ish us?
It's like a couple hundred feet away from you.
In the direction we're running, or?
No, away from.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys are running like towards the corner.
Cool,
It's
cool.
just back like towards the castle.
okay,
You
I
saw
see.
him kind of tumble out of the
Yeah.
castle. So you get to the corner and you look around and there's kind of nothing there.
You start feeling around.
Yeah.
You touch around.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find more of like an
Yep.
elasticy
You sort of
jelly.
run your hands along and you can feel the wall, and then finally you can feel your fingers kind of press into the corner.
Go!
Through,
Go!
go!
And you. Who's going first? Who's
I'm gonna
going
go first.
Great Beezaura jumps through. Then
I'll go.
Raven.
I'm waiting for.
I'm
everyone to
going.
get
I'm
out.
going after Orba. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm going third.
Orba.
Safira.
I'm gonna jump through.
Safira jumps through.
Erland's jumping
Yeah.
through.
You guys
I
push
was
through.
worried.
And again, you feel that sort of elastic sensation kind of peeling at your skin as you're pushing through, and it kind of gets in your mouth a little bit as you're breathing hard, and sort of tacky in your mouth. And you push through to the other side, and Beezaura was the first one through. She gets through, and you get to the other side, take a breath, and you put your hand out, and you can feel the other side of the cabinet, the interior side of the cabinet. And you push it open, and you can see the interior of Josco's cabin, but the first thing that catches your eye, the model is not there in the room. And Jillian is not there either.
Jillian ran.
And you push through. Graven's the next
Sorry,
one.
what we came out of? Which part of the cabin?
The
I'm so
cabinet.
The same
sorry.
part you went out.
Oh, the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just she had to push the door open. Jillian had
okay.
closed
And
the door.
I
so
noticed, right? I'm like,
you notice right away that the model is gone and Jillian is
it's
not
all
there.
gone, and she's not here.
Go to the door. Open the door.
Great, so you've all pushed through at this point. You
Yeah.
you feel the stuff like peel off the sides, and you sort of push open the door. There are 2 dead Black Lion barbarians at the frame of the door, lying with arrows jammed in their body. And you take a look around, and that's what we're going to pick up
No,
next time.
come on! Oh my god!
Julian's just tossing the model in her hand, like,
How
you
big was
idiots.
this thing?
Like this big, yeah, like a,
Okay,
yeah.
so carryable, but
Definitely carryable.
She has that in one hand and like her bow and arrow. I'm like, okay, you guys are.
Dude, you gotta chill with these cliffhangers, man. I can't take this. I actually can't take this.
it's because we go so slow. Yeah, he used the
She
thing.
was standing there for 4 hours or whatever it was, 4.5 hours.
And she could see the whole thing happening.
So time passed the same for her. It was.
Well, when you went out, now it's getting dark. It's almost
Yeah.
dark. Yeah, so you can tell the time passed, definitely, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And that's what we're going to pick up.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys so much
my
for joining
sweet
us.
Lord,
Yes.
guys.
What's happening?
They have emerged from Josco's castle after a couple of stressful episodes.
Hey, Lord Gasuma, thank you for the host if you're still here.
Oh,
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Thank you guys.
Oh my god.
We'll pick it up next
Boy,
week.
oh boy.
Figure out what Jillian's been up to, and then we'll.
What do you think about a bi-weekly stream?
Oh.
Right,
See you
don't have
on
to wait.
a Monday tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll be
Oh,
back
boy.
again.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
this.
you so much,
We really
everybody. And
appreciate
please
it.
message us with any
Yeah,
Facebook
if you
entries.
Yes.
Truly.
bidded and subbed and stuff, please do. We're always happy to add people. Anything else before we sign off?
Oh my god. No, I guess not.
Nice job, everybody. You guys pulled through. You got
Hey.
just under the
Dude.
bar for the gauntlet. 3 out of 5.
Literally that last
Came down to
roll.
1
Bam,
last
bam,
time.
bam,
Spell
bam.
scroll.
Oh,
Would we have just never met him? Would we have just.
We'd have just been bonered.
We've just been
Bonered.
Maybe.
pure disaster.
Oh, I thought. No, I grabbed the wrong kind of candy. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
see
you guys
next
so
week.
much. Have a good night. We'll see you
Bye.
next
Thank you
week.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
Matt, you-
you.